Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns Main. Today we've got we've got the Twilight Princess community any percent no save and quit race here. We've got the guy downstairs, Anarakis, Wolf and Water, and Mofet on Restream, and our two commentators are FX and Link. Take it away.
So, hello everyone. I'm Link.
Yeah, I'm FX. I sometimes play this game as well.
Yeah,
so,
I run this game too.
But yeah, this is a pretty interesting category. It's somewhat similar to any percent, but early on it's going to be very different. And then as the run goes on, it will converge more and more onto the regular any percent route. But there will still be some nuance to it later on as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. So highly recommend you stick around and see what's going to happen.
It is a really interesting run with a lot of really cool tricks. And there is actually a route that is a route for a regular 90% that is really similar to this route. And it is such a cool route. I just love it. It'll be great to see. And we also have a Wii runner actually. Wolf and Water is running Wii, which is gonna make things pretty interesting because Wii has a couple tricks that's well, GC has a couple tricks that Wii doesn't have, which makes the routes different. And yeah, we are starting.
Alright, so the main thing about this category, no save and quit, means you cannot save the game and then reload and warp somewhere else. So the main thing that changes right at the beginning is that there's no back in time. So we're going to have to break the early game in a different way. We can still leave Orden Village without doing the intro. We're still going to clip through the gate, but right after that, normally you would see someone jumping off the bridge and resetting to get back in time. But since we can't reset the game, that's not going to happen. Instead, we're just going to enter Farron right away.
Yeah, because the rule specifically says that you are not allowed to return at the title screen at any point during the run. If you ever return to the title screen at any point during the run, then it is invalid. So yeah, we won't be seeing any of that. And that will also make for some pretty interesting routing in later dungeons, where in regular 80% we would save and quit to save some time. You cannot do that here, so we have to do some other stuff.
Yep, so here we see, right after the gate clip, we enter Farron, we call Epona to get over this fence that's in the way, and we'll just head straight to Koro, because even though we haven't actually started the chase sequence, the game still thinks that we have started it, so you can just go talk to Koro and get the lantern.
Yeah, it's just that the game doesn't check for it. Like, if you get, normally, like in vanilla, without glitches, it is impossible to get to Koro without being into the chase sequence, so the game just doesn't check for that, thankfully.
Nice L slides by Anarakis and TGD.
Yeah. So that was an Epona slide. We're gonna see more of that later in the run. It's basically if you crouch on Epona and so you crouch on Epona with pressing R, you release R and you press A on the very next frame, you will dismount Epona normally and you will keep Epona's speed. May just seem like a pretty cool thing, but it's actually pretty essential in the run, so yeah.
It's pretty interesting because the Wii version doesn't have access to this glitch, because it doesn't have a button for it. That's the reason that it doesn't work, is there's no button for it.
Yeah,
so we saw Wolf and Water.
Epona.
Yeah, so Wolf and Water actually did an interesting thing. He got Epona scared by the Baba, so he could backflip off Epona, which is interesting. I'm not sure it saves time, but it's a cool idea. So we're just going to grab the small key and head straight to the Bokos that are holding Talo hostage. And we don't have a weapon, so we're going to have to deal with it in a particular way. I don't know if you want to explain what they're going to be doing here?
Yeah, sure. So basically, normally in any percent at this point, any percent or just in the regular game or in glitches, you would have a weapon at this point. You would have a sword, like wooden sword or Orden sword, but we don't have any weapons. So normally you want to break the cage that is where Talo is imprisoned, and you want to kill the buggos. We don't have a way to do that by ourselves, so we're gonna use some other stuff, some other ways. So you're gonna see TGD first going there. After this cutscene, he'll cross the little bridge, and then the two buggos that are there are essential to this trick. It is called buggo pushing, and basically we will, well, I'll just let you see. It is pretty self-explanatory, and it is pretty sick to see.
Yeah. So first we need to. Oh, TGD is gonna push one buggo first before letting the cage break.
He's doing that because it is safer. If you want to be safer with your health, it is safer. Because this trick is actually extremely difficult. It is it is the hardest trick in this round, in my opinion, by far. It is really difficult because basically what's going on there, the Bucko's hitbox is basically a perfect cylinder, and Link's hitbox is also a perfect cylinder. So just imagine trying to collide two perfect cylinders onto each other and just try to push them like this. It is bad. And so right there, TGD, you can see two different starts actually there. So Anno did the regular thrust.
TGD,
No. So yeah, so Anno did the regular strats where he just went to the side of the shop and he lets Troll kill the Bucko, but you can lose a lot of health if you're not careful, and it's really difficult. So TGD is going for a safer strat where nice triple, nice, where he can just do that, and that's a bit slower, but that's not that much slower. And we are also seeing Wolf in Water coming up to this. So Buggo pushing is a lot harder on the Wii. Oh, that was some nice cage break too.
Yeah.
That was a nice cage break.
This is good stuff by Wolf so far. So yeah, the reason this is much more difficult on the Wii version is the Wii version doesn't have control over the camera. So Wolf is having to do some extra safe movement to try and get this Boko to behave, and there we go. And I mean, he's somewhat low health, so might need to be resourceful here as well.
That's gonna be a bit scary.
But we can see Anno is already finished with the Boko pushing, which is 548 is a very respectable Boko push. I would say that is very good.
And actually, I just saw that, but Wolf in Water did a safer strat where the Bucko that is annoying TGD at the moment, he pushed it away, I don't know if he pushed it or away or if he killed it. That might be the reason why he's stealing some oil to piss off Troll.
I think. Whoa.
Oh, please.
Oh, no. Yeah, that can happen.
Oh.
It's really unfortunate that he didn't get to kill one of the Bokos, because they will actually remain dead. So now he'll have to push both of them again. It's really unfortunate. Meanwhile, the goats are pretty good for Mofat. She's actually ahead of everyone else right now.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't really talk about it because we were talking about and yeah, his respawning there. Oh my god, that is so bad. But yeah, goats, as we'll see right now on the DGD side, goats are a bit RNG. Their position is not RNG. It is 100% consistent, but the way they behave is RNG, and they can be just a pain to sometimes. Sometimes you can just get a goat that is right in front of the entrance, but it's just gonna run past because, yeah, TV.
Whoa, one of the goats is the wrong way around right now, but it might be fine. Yeah,
that was fine. Yeah, okay, that was good. And okay, that was pretty good.
That's so we got under 21. That's not bad at all.
We got 2 20s actually. Mofat also had a 20, I think, and TGD had a 30. Around 20 seconds is a really good time. Optimally, you want to have under 20 seconds, but around 20 is really good.
Yeah, I think most runners will say that like anything roughly 20 seconds or lower, they'll start the run with that. And I'm one of the runners who says, well, if it's under 25, it's good enough. So yeah, seeing a 20-second time for 2 runners is very nice. So Sewers, which we're seeing Mofa and Anarakis doing now, is the wolf intro course for the game, essentially. It's just going to explain how wolf mechanics work and what you're supposed to be doing with it. So it just
Also,
explains that you can...
Anarchist is gonna win the race because he got gauge break.
Oh, box break, yeah. It
Yeah,
saves
box break,
a couple frames.
3
So yeah,
frames.
the game will teach us that you can grab chains as Wolflink, and you can dig under things. And that is about it for the sewers, really. So we can see if Wolf manages to get a bit more fortunate this time with the Bokos. This looks good so far. TGD starting sewers now as well. A little behind the other two, but...
I mean, the run is long, so there is still a lot to go.
There is a lot of really difficult tricks to come. Let's see.
Also, I love
this is...
TGD appears to be comparing against his Sum of Worst, I would suppose.
I love it. I'm a big fan of Sum of Worst.
Me too.
This is looking really good.
Nice. Okay, let's hope the second Boko
first one is down. So, even if Wolfenwater dies again now, that Boko remains dead. It's not going to come back.
Yeah.
So even if he gets really unlucky, the progress isn't lost. Meanwhile, we're seeing Ano and Mofa in the tower. There's a small trick here. I think Mofa jumped a bit too far left, so they might need to do another jump.
Anarchist got it, I think.
Yep. So Anarchist managed to skip the text box.
Also, right there, that's actually really good. You could see 2 different things that happen differently between Moffat and Anarchist. So Anarchist got some kind of early jump, and Moffat didn't. That's basically whenever there is a midnight text right before a midnight jump like this, except for one specific one, you'll be able to do a frame perfect input to basically jump to midnight array. It saves about like half a second to a second each time. It really depends on which one you get. And Anarchist also did another frame perfect input where he skipped the cutscene and then did a frame. Oh, nice! So he skipped the cutscene and did a frame perfect input, which skips the text. And he also went for a pretty risky strat.
Oh, he... Wolf doesn't know the roll method, it seems. But yeah, as I said, the second Boko that he already killed, that one is going to remain dead. So now they only have to do 1 Boko.
Well, that is so unfortunate.
That was really unlucky. Honestly, he got trolled by the Boko at the end there. It started running circles a couple times, which is just pretty unlucky. Oh, so everybody actually got the cutscene skip on the rooftops. TGD, Ano, and Mofa all got it.
And dying on Boko patching is so bad. I mean, you can see why. Wolfenwater responds so far away each time.
Yeah, this is actually just a feature of Farron Woods. If you save warp anywhere, or if you die anywhere, you go all the way back to the Orden side of Farron. It's a feature, and sometimes it's useful, and sometimes it's rather annoying.
Also, right now is something that is pretty interesting. So normally in the game, this is where you would pick the Orden Sword and the Orden Shield. The only problem is that this is extremely slow. So the runners are not gonna do that. Instead, they are gonna lure this. Oh, I can explain this. I just need to mute for a second. Sorry.
So, we're gonna have to push Hugo, this Boblin, into a very particular spot, and then wait for him to stop moving, and then we can do a chain of 2 jump attacks. And the second jump attack will gain a bunch of speed and height because of game mechanics. And if we do it right, you can actually just jump straight over a cutscene trigger and skip into Farron Woods without needing the sword or shield. So Anno is trying to find the right spot. There we go. But he,
Oh, that's
I think his second jump attack didn't quite get the speed he needed.
Yeah.
But we can just try again. We jump off into the void. It respawns our Boblin. Mofat getting it very good. So you see.
That is an extremely difficult trick, actually. It is a trick that is a gatekeeper for most beginners to this game. In this category, fortunately, it is not required. It is just much faster to do that.
Yeah, I think this saves something like 5 minutes if you get it first try. It's
no, it's
like
less
it's I think it's in that range roughly. But yeah, I mean, so it's like you don't have to. It's like, definitely nice to do.
I think it saves like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, I could believe it.
Yeah, because my gold. Oh yeah,
yeah,
go on.
Well, just the first messenger fight of the run where you need to kill all of them at the same time, but the game forces you to be unable to do that for the very first fight. And then Midnight will tell us, like, oh, this is how you have to do it. And then... So now you could technically do the same thing again and it will work, but... There we go. Alright, so Anorak is attempting his second try for Sword and Shield skip.
Hugo is being annoying.
Hugo is, yeah, it was the same on his previous try as well. Hugo just didn't really want to stop waddling about.
Also, yeah, we called this Bobbin Hugo because some runner someday named it Hugo and it just kept no TGD and I know.
They're keeping each other company. The Sword and Shield skip, it really is a brutal trick. Sometimes it just won't work for a couple tries and it just happens. But they'll get it soon enough.
It is really difficult.
Meanwhile, Wolfenwater is doing the goat herding, and Mofat is starting to clear Fire and Twilight. So this is actually a required aspect of No Saving Quit, because we have to return later on to get the Iron Boots, and to be able to return to Orden Village, we need to clear Fire and Twilight so that you can actually head back to Orden, otherwise it would be impossible. So that's why we're clearing out these bugs and collecting the tears.
Oh, that is really unfortunate for Wolfenwater. That's what can happen if goats are annoying. Like, yeah, 1 minute, that's really not the time you want to see. That is really unfortunate. But no, spoilers!
They're getting there.
Nice, okay. DGD got it?
Alright. Anno had a slightly unfortunate first jump attack. He landed in the trigger, so he has to reset it again. It happens.
Yeah, because Hugo needs to be alive in the air. Hugo needs to be alive after the first jump attack, and he only has health for 2 jump attacks. He cannot survive the second one. So if you accidentally jump attack him once, you just have to void out to reset his health. So yeah, Mofat is soon gonna come up to a pretty important trick. The trick that makes this route work, actually. Called the Early Master Sword, which it is pretty impressive to see. And yeah, you'll see it in about 30 seconds? No, 40, roughly.
It's coming up in, yeah, something like that. Not too much more. Let's see if Anorakis can get this, Alright, Hugo's... Okay, that's a good spot. Nice, yeah, that's yours. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good timing on the second jump attack. Plenty of speed and distance on that.
So yeah, here is the early Master Sword done by Moffat. So she is gonna lure the Shadow Base right there, and try to do nice. That was really good. And try to do what is called a super jump. So basically, in this game, if you target something with the min B charge, and if this thing gets a bit far, when you release the min charge, you will automatically jump to the target, even though it's like 10 miles away. It's just yeah, and there the B attack targeted the hands of the Shadow Base, which was really up into the air. So if you do that, if you release at the specific point in the attack, then you will be able to land on this out of bounds ledge, which so happens to be super close from the entrance of Sacred Groves, which is where the Master Sword is. So that's really nice.
Yeah, basically it's interesting because it's a similar idea to why the boomerang long jump attacks work. The game is just programmed in a way where the developers really wanted to try and help the players not miss their attacks. So when you jump attack something or when you mid-net charge attack something, the game makes every effort for you to be able to actually reach that target, even if it's really far away. So if the game perceives something to be far away, you get a lot of speed, and we can abuse it in many cases.
And he also actually comments about that in chats. But yes, Wolf in Water screen is flipped compared to the others, because he is running the Wii version, which yeah, it is just the map is just entirely reversed because Nintendo was just lazy. I guess I actually don't know why they did that.
Yeah, they essentially run out of development time, is why.
Yeah, makes sense.
The decision to also release the game on the Wii was actually pretty late in development, and in order to get it out on time for a flagship release for the Wii, they decided to take the easy way out and just flip the entire game as opposed to flipping animations, because that would have been more work. And the reason they ended up flipping it is because most people are right-handed, but on the GameCube, Link is left-handed, so they didn't want people swinging a left-handed sword, so they flipped everything to make it right-handed.
Also, I guess something we did not mention at all. You can see Anno just left a couple of tears behind. He killed the bugs, but he left a couple of tears behind. And that is because he will return there after the EMS trick. After he gets a Master Sword, he will return there. So it is faster to just kill the bug and leave the tears behind and collect them later, because
good
the tears
EMS
take some time to form. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, so yeah, sorry I interrupted you there, but EMS
No
was. But yeah, no, you're completely right that we're leaving the tears behind, and we'll see Mofa pick those same tears up in a little bit as well. She's just working through the Skull Kid fight right now.
Also,
nice.
she is trying to collect some rupees during the fights. It is technically, those rupees are technically not required, but they make the rest of the rupee route easier. We need 300 rupees by the time we enter City in the Sky, and we have a lot of ways to get a lot of rupees really fast in this game, so that's usually never a problem, but you want to get to at least like 60 or something at some point in the run.
Generally, if you're low on rupees by the time you get to Arbiter's Grounds, you can kill a bunch of the Rita zombies, because they all drop guaranteed 20 rupees.
Yeah.
But usually that is not necessary. Oh, Anno going for fast EMS, getting it! Legend.
That is nice. Also, Mofat's into the hardest section in this game, which is the Master Puzzle. It is really RNG dependent. It is extremely difficult to do. Hopefully that looks pretty good so far, but hopefully she does it right. And also,
I'll have you know that... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say that I actually forgot this puzzle when I didn't play this game for a few months from my university, and then I did a D-Rust run like a month ago, and I just couldn't remember the puzzle. I was like, wait, hang on. I just spent like 3 minutes there trying to figure it out.
But yeah, the solution is always the same. There is actually two optimal solutions to this puzzle, which they're both the same, just reversed. Also, Wolf and Water right now is doing Hugo, which is also pretty difficult on the Wii because GameCube usually heavily relies on moving the camera around for tricks like this to be able to see better, but we cannot do that, so that's a bit more difficult.
Yep, this looks good so far though. This looks like a good spot for Hugo as well. Now we just need him to swing. There you go.
Oh,
that
was... second jump attack was bad.
That must have been really close because that looked fine to me. So, bit unlucky.
The first, yeah, the position was good. The first jump attack was good, but the second was a bit late, I think. So he didn't get enough height and enough speed.
Yeah, it might have been. It could have also been angle. Like, the trick in general is a bit funky sometimes. Right, they're picking up a heart there.
Yeah.
Alright, so Mofat comfortably ahead right now. She managed to get first try on all the tricks, so it's looking pretty good. Skullgate fight finished for TGD, and Anorak is just going to start it in just a moment. So everybody's pretty close together right now.
Yeah.
And then Wolf had some bokeh pushing unfortunates, so...
That is just what can happen with this category, unfortunately. That is just so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, the tricks are very precise, especially early on. To be able to break the early game, you have to actually go through a sequence of really, sometimes rather annoying or rather precise tricks. I don't know. Annoying is the wrong word. They're just very precise. And yeah,
annoying
so
is not the wrong word. Like, Hugo is annoying.
Alright. TGD is remembering the puzzle. Looks good.
Also, at some points... oh yeah, go on. I'll just say that after.
Yeah, we're gonna see Mofat collecting all those tiers that were left behind before now.
What's really nice is
after Master Sword, you warp back to South Farron, and then you can run through the whole thing again, and pick up all the tiers.
Yeah. And yeah, when you were talking about like how you forgot the solution to the puzzle, at some points recently during the run, I wasn't looking at the screen, and I don't remember where I failed, but I did fail the puzzle and I had to restart it. So I lost a minute. That was gold potential, but I lost a minute to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just forget and you're like, wait, hang on, how did this work?
Yeah. Okay, and now you can see one of the big advantages of having Master Sword early is that you can transform at will. And that allows us to cross this mist. Just, it doesn't update visually, but it does. Oh no, that is unfortunate.
So, so basically the way this works is the mist isn't programmed for Twilight. So, swinging the lantern does still dissipate it, but it's not quite the same as it would be without Twilight there. So every swing of the lantern actually clears a smaller and smaller radius of the mist. So you need to be pretty careful. But this was good. Mofat not choosing to collect the 10 rupee. That's... I guess you don't really need it in this category, so that's fine, yeah.
Sword Ninja Script being a real pain for Wolf in Water.
Yeah, I saw the previous try was also seemed good to me, but...
I believe. Yeah. It is... Unfortunately, early game in this, especially in this category, early game is really difficult. So that's just stuff that can happen, unfortunately, and you just gotta live with it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Also, yeah, I see people talking about shield in chat. We are never gonna get a shield in this run. Just like with it.
Yeah, it's a good thing, because Zora armor plus Master Sword with no shield is actually the best look in the game.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Like, just...
Beast is gonna get a shield.
Wow. Beast just going against the grain.
Also,
Hugo being annoying.
if the runners are listening to the restream, I will let them know that they need to collect Uku. That is really important. Please collect Uku.
Oh yes, don't forget the Uko. Or Uko, whichever you prefer.
Okay, good. That was some good backup by Moffat. So yeah, right now we don't have a way. We don't have the slingshot or the boomerang or anything that should kill those Voltolas. So we have to kill them using some nuts, which sometimes can break, which is annoying. Oh, that looks nice.
Very nice.
Okay, so yeah, that was completely RNG based. What happened there with Moffat. Sometimes the Voltola can just behave very nicely. Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Choosing to kill the spider in that order. Okay. So yeah, the main thing here is that in a category where you can save and quit, you could use the back in time glitch to set some boss flags, and then you don't need to save any monkeys. But that is not available for no save and quit, so you actually have to go and save a couple of the monkeys to be able to get to the boomerang.
Which makes for a really interesting route. I really love that route. And the woodpecker, let's go! This is purely visual.
Nice.
It doesn't save any time, it doesn't lose any time, but it is required to go for.
I mean, if you get one but not the other, the run is invalid. Everybody knows this.
Yeah, of course.
So now that Mofa got that one, she has to get the other one as well.
Also, Mofa took some time to destroy the bomb there, to spin attack the bomb, because for some reason this bomb has a weird hitbox that doesn't activate until like a second after it's fused. This bomb is really, really weird.
Oh, you mean the what are they called? No, there's bombings, right? Bombings, yeah.
I think
I was like, wait, how did I? Yeah.
No.
Damn.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
Wolf and Water getting quite unlucky.
Yeah.
Collecting the heart. Good. They'll try again.
So yeah, right now we're gonna collect this key right there and go back like 2 rooms before to save the second monkey. But normally in the game, like to get to the boomerang, you would need 4 monkeys. Regular any percent only saves a single monkey. Well, technically 40. We technically save 40 monkeys, but we physically only save 1 monkey, and this category physically saves 2 monkeys.
Yep. So let's see. This room is actually I kind of like this room, the way it works out if you do it cleanly. Let's see how Mofa deals with it. What? Unlucky.
Bonking on this pillar is surprisingly difficult.
That pillar is
trying
very
to go
annoying.
fast.
I've had plenty of runs where you just slide past it instead of bonking. You're like, well.
Me too.
Let's see if they try and collect the rupees from the Bokos. No, Mofa electing not to get not really any rupee collecting from Mofa, so I wonder how that's going to work out.
You don't really need those rupees. No second woodpecker, unfortunately. Yeah, you really don't need those rupees at all, honestly, so... I've never collected them, and I always was fine.
Yeah, I'm used to grabbing them from glitchless, basically, because it's nice to have them, but yeah, they're extra, essentially, because they're RNG. Alright, let's see. Alright, TGD also heading...
And yeah, you can see the thing that I was talking about.
Yeah, just missing the spin attack, even though they're right on top.
Yeah, and if you look at the hitbox of the spin attack, it clearly overlaps with the bomb. It just doesn't trigger because the hitbox is not there or something. I don't know. This game is just weird.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, and now we are gonna see a really interesting trick from Moffat. Because right now she only saved 2 monkeys, so technically she is not able to go and kill Ook. Oh, unfortunately, it's okay. But
Oh.
with a good timing, she can just roll off the ledge right there and get picked up by the bridge. Except, well, through the bridge. You'll see when she gets it. Just like this,
Yep,
yeah.
there you go. And
That
then,
is actually pretty easy to do.
Yep, and she talked to Midna there, because when you talk to Midna, it resets the fans on the bridges, so then they will just spin again while the wind is still blowing.
Yeah.
And now we just need to do one more side hop, or just roll straight forwards, that works too.
Okay, interesting. I've never seen that, but that works.
Yeah, there's actually many ways to do that room. It's very interesting, and they're all valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how you get to Ook with only 2 monkeys.
There is a trick that is possible to do with those bridges, where you can, if you don't have a sword, you can still do this with a bomb. The only problem is that it is insanely precise. It is basically only valid for randomizer if you're doing no logic, because glitchless logic doesn't expect you to know how to do that thing.
There's also there's a trick with milk where you can actually do the whole cycle in one. You can do the whole thing in one wind cycle, from what I remember, which is also pretty interesting. But good Ook fight by my fan. So she'll be getting the boomerang, and then she'll be leaving because there's no reason to stay for anything else. We just want. I can't believe that didn't work for Wolf in Water.
That should have worked, yeah.
I feel like all of Wolf's attempts have been super close and just barely not getting there.
Yeah, that is really weird. The game is really not being nice with him. Okay,
Alright,
right now,
getting to the Bocos.
so you can see on my flat screen, she is actually opening the door, because in any percent right now, we would save word because we cannot get out of forest temple. Right now, you cannot use Uku in boss key, in mini boss and boss rooms. I don't know about boss room, but mini bosses for sure you cannot.
Yeah.
So you have to leave the room before being able to use Uku. Oh, and okay, that's a really good decision from Wolf in Weather. He opted to get the sword and shield.
I think it's a fair choice just to get the run going.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, TGD doing the early Ook. Also,
And
choosing to roll. Interesting. That looked very, very straightforward. I like that method. I might practice that because that seems
Me too.
very good. I like it. I've always just done the side hop, but I mean that seemed fine to me.
Yeah, that seems pretty easy. So yeah, for sure I'll switch to that too. You really did early. I mean, it still worked, so.
Alright, so Mofat just Uko'd out of Forest Temple and collected the final 2 tiers from Farron Twilight, and that gives us a free warp back to South Farron, which is very useful because we want to go to South Farron anyway, because we need to head to Eldon. And now here we're going to see the use of the boomerang right away. You can actually do jump attacks at the boomerang when you throw it, and if you have the boomerang on terrain that is above Link's feet or over a void, the game will give your jump attack a lot of extra speed, and if done right, you can just jump over a bunch of stuff. So as you can see, there's a trigger there that brings up Midna, who tells you need to go defeat the boss of Forest Temple, but that's something we don't really want to do because that's rather slow. So that's why we're trying to skip that trigger, and hopefully... There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Just jump attack straight over it.
And that mechanic of those 2 conditions that FX talked about, giving you a lot of speed, is actually an intentional mechanic, as FX also told earlier in the run. It's really the game really wants you to simplify the combat, so it is an intentional mechanic. LJs are intentional, technically.
Yeah, it's always a topic of debate when it comes to glitchless discussions, but generally people consider the like jump attacking at enemies and gaining speed to be an intended mechanic.
I mean, the fact that it gives you a lot of speed is intended, but the fact that you can target a boomerang is not intended. It's like it is just an oversight. It is just
Yeah, I think
that
they never
forgot about it.
expected you. They never expected you would try and jump attack while the boomerang was out without doing something else first.
Yeah. So yeah, it is just that they forgot about that. So it's technically it's not a glitch. It's just a use bug or something.
All right, TGD clearing Fire and Twilight, and Anarakis is about to leave Forest Temple as well. And Wolf has the Sword and Shield now, so they can just head into Farron. They don't need to bother with Hugo anymore. Hugo was really, really rude to them. They had several attempts for that trick that, to me, seemed good, but yeah, just the game wouldn't give it to them today.
Yeah, they're just those days. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so is Mofat gonna get Gorge Void? Let's see.
Frame perfect. Yes, how
Nice.
So what they did is a frame perfect jump attack. There's a single frame between the portal spawning in and a cutscene triggering, where you can jump attack, and you can essentially jump into the void out of the cutscene, and that way you don't have to watch the cutscene. You can just head straight to Kakariko. This is a bit of a different setup for this trick. I'm not quite familiar with this.
I've never seen that one before. I've never seen that one before for sure. I mean, if that's what she's comfortable with. Yeah, I guess that's what she's comfortable with. So yeah, that was fine.
Looks good. Yeah, it looks clean. It's an interesting setup.
Yeah.
And it clearly works. Anorak is getting the jump attack out of Farron as well.
Also, I didn't. TGD got the minimum escape, right?
I missed it as well, but
I missed it.
I would imagine so. They're still a little ahead of Ano, so they seem to be doing just fine.
So right, yeah, basically on Ano's screen right now, you are hopefully gonna see a seemingly random jump attack, because a seemingly random LJ, because right there is a trigger for the mailman that just says, "Hey, here's some mail," and it is slow, so you won't escape it, and you just do that. You just do what Ano did. That was pretty clean. That was actually really fast.
Right, TGD coming up on Gorge Void. Also getting it. Very good stuff.
Not getting it isn't a big deal. You just backtrack. You just... It is a forced word to Farron, so you just warp to South Farron and you just do force escape again, and then you do minimum escape again, and then you enter Twilight again.
It's just some time loss.
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't ruin the run or anything like that. Alright, so TGD going for the rupee roll as well. So the reason we're using the boomerang to pick up this rupee is so that when we land on the fence, you can actually make a roll input after the rupee text box. And that lets you get over the fence. And from there we can do another boomerang long jump to get across the gorge all the way to Kakariko. Anorak is coming up on Gorge Void now.
Let's see. Nice!
Oh, everybody getting Gorge Voids. How about that?
Yeah.
So Mofat just got the portal for Kakariko Village, and now she's back in Farron to get the Golden Wolf. Because we do need Ending Blow, and this is a particularly convenient time to get the Ending Blow skill.
Yeah, TGD, there's no trigger there. It's not any percent.
Oh,
so,
and
yeah,
I'm also doing the double target on the fence.
Which, yeah, it seems to be working fine. I really don't use this a lot personally. But
yeah, I tend to do a single... Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Whenever I watch other people run these, like, oh, this looks interesting, I should try it. Because there's always things like that, and there's always something to learn.
because as
Nice.
it goes with speedrunning generally, there is not one setup for one thing, there is a million setup for one thing.
So all the runners got Gorge Void and Rupee Roll first try.
And that is actually Wolf and Water is not gonna go for neither Gorge Void or Rupee Roll, because Rupee Roll is not feasible on Wii because, well, no LGA. LGAs are patched. Well, they're not patched, but you cannot do LGAs on Wii. And wait. Okay, interesting.
I
You went
think
for
Wolf
fast
was
EMS.
trying to go. Yeah, I think they were trying to go for fast EMS, and it
Yeah.
just didn't quite work out.
Also, you must wonder why Moffat was there picking up an Elgin blow if she's just leaving now. And the reason for that is pretty simple. Without ending blow, it is impossible to complete this game. So if you forget, no,
No, Wolf and Water. He got fast EMS and then just jumped off into the void. That's so unfortunate.
So yeah, as I was saying, if you don't get ending blow, is not required at all. It's never required during the game, except for the very last input of the run. And he died? No! Oh. That is actually so bad. That's gonna respawn him at the beginning of, at the entrance of Farron. That's a huge time loss.
The game is really not having it today for Wolf.
Yeah.
It's one of those days, I think. But they're sticking in there, like they're still going. So
Which is good, yeah. Movat have been a bit of scuffed basement bugs, but that worked.
Yeah, so Mofat has started the Elden Twilight. Essentially, the way the route works out is that you get the boomerang and then you clear all the Twilights in a row. And from there, you've opened up the entire map, and then we can start skipping things properly. But the Twilights are all required for no saving quit.
Yeah. In regular 80%, you only skip the first one. The first Twilight is not required. Mova doesn't have a big lead right now. She has like maybe a minute or something.
Minute and a half,
Maybe
something
more.
like that. Yeah.
Minute and a half, something like that. Yeah.
I think it's the essentially one sword and shield skip ahead at this point.
Yeah, basically.
TGD has been keeping up. So yeah, it's honestly quite close, and I wouldn't count anyone out just yet. Let's see. TGD starting the Elden Twilight as well now. So we're actually doing Elden Twilight. We're the start of Elden Twilight in reverse. You're supposed to enter the basement from the village side, but we're entering it from the graveyard side.
It
by
is
clipping
much
through.
faster.
Yeah, it saves you a cutscene and several, well, a cutscene and a puzzle, and it's I don't know how much it saves, but it's a lot. Right, and I'm also getting the vessel, so nice movement by Mofat. As I say that, it's the commentator's curse. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah. I mean, this movement is pretty tricky, so. And Wolf is going for fast TMS.
I wonder if they prefer it over regular EMS.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never.
Oh,
that was really close.
That was really close to run being over.
If Wolf happens to kill all three shadow beasts right there, EMS becomes impossible, and the run is dead because the route entirely relies on EMS work. So. Also, fairly soon you're gonna see a pretty interesting trick on Mofat's side. Where basically there is this bug, there are those 3 bugs in the bomb house where you have to blow up the bomb house to get them. Well, blowing up the bomb house is slow. It's like a giant cutscene, so she's not gonna do that. Instead, she's gonna transform right here. And... Oh, interesting. Okay, going in the ledge. She's gonna target about here. That works. And LJ to there. And she's gonna attempt to kill the bug before it goes into the house. Great.
Nice. Yeah, that skips the whole sequence.
Yeah. Because the game only checks for this bug being dead for destroying the house. So if you kill the bug before it goes into the house, well, yeah, this happens.
Yep, the bomb shack just disappears as if you had done the interior, but it's one of those quirks. I wonder why they made it check for the bug outside, as opposed to making that like a small cutscene. It's an interesting choice because they have made like small cutscenes of other things elsewhere. So.
Yeah.
Right, let's see Anno do the hotel movement. Nice, clean.
Yeah, that was really clean.
Also, Wolf and Water got the EMS. So.
Yeah, I just noticed too. So TGD coming up to Bomb House Skip, and there is a wolf version of Bomb House Skip which is about 6 seconds faster than human. I wonder if you'll go for it. It's a lot harder too, so
yeah,
he's going for it.
Nice. Let's see it. Looks good so far.
There's just one last jump. That looks good.
Nice, clean. I think that was a fairly quick setup. That saved him about 4 seconds.
That was pretty clean, yeah.
Nice side up back up there. Sometimes that last tier from the destroyed house gets stuck and doesn't collect, but you can side hop into the wall and it gives it shifts your hurt box just far enough into the wall that the tier will collect through the invisible wall, and you can save it that way. That's what TGD ended up doing, so good on him for knowing the backup. Meanwhile, Mofa is already on her way to Death Mountain. There's only a couple more bugs there. Anno choosing to do the long jump attack as well, not doing the Wolf Bomb House.
Also, the portal that Mofa is doing there, it is actually possible to skip. Well, not in this run. In this run it is impossible to skip. But in a regular any percent you could skip it. It's just, you need this portal. You really need this portal. So it is much faster to not skip it.
Yeah, it's technically not required, but...
the only run that skips this portal... the only one that skips this portal is a low percent because, well, a portal is an item.
Yeah, portals are counted under completion. Yeah, alright. Mofat gonna go get the last bug now. Oh, the bug decides to be a bit of a rude one though. But this should work.
This bug can be a bit annoying with all the vermins around.
Yeah, that's the really annoying thing about it, all the enemies that surround the bug. Alright, let's see. Nice side up by Anno there, saving a little bit of time. Alright, so Mofat is going to trigger the Epona cutscene now, if I recall.
Yeah, and might want to give a bit of a photosensitivity warning. I don't know if the runners are going to go for this.
Yes.
But if they trigger a cutscene as Wolf, photosensitive warning, because yeah, there's a lot of flashing. It looks pretty cool, so if you don't have any problem with that, just watch because it looks so cool. But if you do have problem with those kind of stuff, I recommend closing up your browser for like a minute or so.
Yeah, Mofat is gonna. It looks like Mofat will attempt it as Wolf, but we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, as Link was saying, if this trick is tried as Wolf, the game will get rather confused. Yeah,
She
so
is going
Mofat
for it,
is
okay.
going for it. Yeah, they're going for it as wolf. If you're photosensitive, you should look away for a little bit.
Yeah, that's basically what happens when the game tries to render wolf links cutscenes, textures, not cutscenes, onto human link's body, which obviously doesn't work. But that's pretty funny to see. And yeah, that is the Epona taming sequence, which is actually what unlocks Bow to give you the iron boots. And we need iron boots in this run, so yeah.
Yep. It's also the reason we cleared Fire and Twilight, because if we didn't clear Fire and Twilight, we wouldn't be able to return to Orden Village.
Meanwhile, Wolf in Water getting Master Sword.
Nice.
I'm sure we
TGD
can catch
getting
up.
to the Goron now as well. Let's see. Yep, so Mofa's warping to South Farn to head back to Orden Village and get the Iron Boots. I think TGD will do the wolf method as well.
I think so, yeah. Wolf only saves like a couple seconds over human.
It's just the transforms, so yeah.
Oh, okay, he does look. Okay. I
Oh,
guess
he's
for
a
this
human.
stream. Pranked.
Pranked. Yeah, so TGD doing it as human so you can see the sequence. So you get to, it's actually kind of, it's actually pretty funny, or not funny, it's fun to do this casually. I thought it was pretty interesting to get a horse taming sequence.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, Ivona is not listening and you need to calm her down. Nice, very clean.
And
So,
Anno is going for
Anno
the
is doing it,
wolf.
yeah, doing it as wolf. So again, if you aren't good with flashing lights, you should look away for something like half a minute.
Also, I bet you didn't know this this orange rupee was there.
I mean, I knew, but
Yeah, I need to.
yeah, there's a hidden orange rupee behind that house. It's very useful.
There is also a hidden purple rupee in this village, behind the wall, but we don't get it in this run. So yeah, coming up is the worst section in the entire game, which is the Iron Boots section, the oily slap section, as some people would say. So basically, right now, we wanna fight Bow, and this is basically a giant game of rock, paper, scissors, with the opponents being RNG, with some attacks being like having some higher odds of appearing. But what you wanna do is that you wanna press B to attack, and you want Bow to not behave like this, basically. And then, if you have fast enough mashing, you can beat Bow in one cycle. Unfortunately, Bow is being Bow right now. He really likes to not do good stuff.
It's just one of those days where the RNG is not going the runner's ways. But they're playing well though. Wolf and Water getting near the end of Fire and Twilight now. Ah, the one messenger is ignoring. Oh, but it managed to work it out. Okay.
And that was the one cycle for Bow.
Nice. Save? Yes, Anno. As long as you don't quit, that you're allowed to save. Alright, Iron Boots.
Save.
And
okay, let's see how Bow behaves for TGD.
Yep. So, the ideal scenario is you slap and Bow sidesteps.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
It's not happening. Nope. It's a real slap fest right now.
Okay,
There
that's
you
what
go.
you want to happen. On the first cycle,
Nice.
the two things you want to happen is that either he doesn't move or he steps aside. both work.
Yeah. And on the second phase again, he loses the option to do nothing, but he can still sidestep, so that's what you hope to get.
And that's exactly what you do not want to see. That's exactly what you... That's really what you do not want to see.
Nice. That's good. Now he just needs one more.
Nice Rhino.
Good. Hey, Anno
Okay,
gets
good.
it as well. Nice. Good wrestling going on here. So yeah, Mofa just gonna do another fire and escape now. And then she will head to Loneru. If I recall correctly.
Yeah. We're just doing...
Alright.
We're just getting a liner vessel now. So...
Damn, Bo is really being rude to everybody. I guess it's fair, like everybody gets bad RNG. I know, making the correct choice there as well. But getting unlucky anyway, that's unfortunate. So, you want to start out by slapping usually. But if Bo is rude to you and pushes you away, it's better to switch to grabbing, and then that'll usually end up working out. But statistics has no real application when you're speedrunning because the game will just say no.
Yeah. The game does whatever it wants, so... Also, gates don't exist.
Yep, gates are just a suggestion. As you see Mofa just jumping straight through. And Loneru is going to load in a bit of a funny way, because the game doesn't expect you to be able to get to Loneru this way.
Transform me? You don't want to do that.
Interesting. Maybe they're going to do Rupee dive, you don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
But then they would drown anyway, so...
I think forget about this. Yeah, because right now, at this point in a regular in-person run, you would do a trick known as...
Oh,
yeah,
the ghosts can see you? Oh, that is rough.
So yeah, as I was saying, you normally want to do a trick known as Pillar Clip. But Pillar Clip requires a 7 quit, so we cannot do that. Also, yeah, the ghosts have a range of vision that is absolutely enormous.
Yeah. So, TGD is coming up on the gate now. Let's see if he will also just jump straight through. Yep, there you go. Very clean. So, there is a way to get into Lakebed without doing Pillar Clip, but it's frame perfect and RNG dependent.
And the RNG is actually really low. It's really low. It's just like 5% or something. I don't really know the exact odds, but it's really low.
Yeah. So essentially, it's only for tasks, or if you're doing a challenge run, you can try. But yeah. So you can technically use a rupee to dive into the water, and you can clip through. Oh no.
No.
Mofa just got grabbed, and that is actually
a crash. Yeah.
The game crashes, and because this is no save and quit, that is actually game over. I wonder if they have a backup save somewhere that they could just keep going, even though it's technically not a valid run.
And Mofas, if you have backup save, we could definitely keep going with that. Hopefully you do, because that is run over. The gate being a bit finicky for... I don't know.
Yeah, this is sometimes the gate just doesn't want to listen, and then you just stand there bonking over and over.
Mofa did not save at any points, but like if she has a backup save, Mofa
I think they're gonna.
Mofa got a crash, and that is run over in this category.
Yeah. So the trick that they were performing, the fast Kagurok fight, drowning the Kagurok saves some time, but if you get grabbed by the Kagurok underwater, the game crashes, and that's what happened to Mofad, and that is really unfortunate in this category particularly, because there is no safety save to fall back on, because you don't save in this category, so your run just ends.
Oh, Mofad's already forfeited. I mentioned her on Discord saying that like if she wanted to continue on GZ. It was fine, but yeah, she forfeited anyways.
Yeah, it happens. It's really unfortunate. It's also it's how do I explain it? It's hard to understand sometimes why the Cargork still grabs you, but the main thing about the grab range of the Cargork is that it's infinite in verticality. So you can't dive deep to avoid it. You have to actually swim forwards. If you just go down, it will still grab you no matter how far down you go. And that's what happened to Mofat, because she went really deep, but not super far forwards, and then it will still grab, unfortunately. So Anorak is doing the out of bounds right now for the Cargork flight. So this Cargork has a huge heart box, so you actually get pushed out of bounds if you just slide along the terrain in the right way. And then you don't have to do the whole zigzagging. You can see on the minimap in Ano's restream right now that there's this big zigzag going on, and if you're out of bounds, you can just fly in a straight line. So that saves a little bit of time.
It actually doesn't. You might think it saves a lot of time, but it actually doesn't save a lot of time. It's like 6 seconds or something.
I think the number I hear quoted all the time is 6 seconds. There is supposedly a different way you can clip out earlier, and it saves a slightly saves slightly more time, but I don't think anybody really goes for it because it's a lot harder.
Yeah, people go for it in 100%, but not there. But 100% is it also for in another context. So yeah.
Wolf in Water going for early Ook right now. Let's see it. Nice.
Pretty clean.
Looking
Let's see
good.
the second one.
Meanwhile, TGD is on his way back to the Death Mountain to get the rock. Nice jump by Wolf in Water. Very good.
Everyone wants for this method.
Yeah, this roll forwards, it seems to be the new thing. I should learn it. This looks good. I really, really need to look at this, because it's looking good to me. So yeah, this meteorite that just came down is what we need to thaw the ice that we see on Anorak's screen right now. And that's why we come back to Death Mountain. So we just... This is also the only reason we clear all the Twilights, because we couldn't do this if we had any Twilights open.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that is locking this track is Elgin Twilight. This track cannot spawn if Elgin Twilight is up. And you don't need... Well, in this category you do need, but in other categories you don't need Elgin Twilight. You don't need Fair Twilight to be completed to get this track to go down. So that's the reason why any percent, for example, a regular any percent skips the Fair Twilight. And now we are we can hear a long howl from Wolf Link, and we respond as Human Link. So yeah, Human Link just does some howling. Nice, I know.
Alright, so we see TGD in the lead with the Lanayru vessel. Lanayru Twilight is actually one of my favorite splits in the game.
Oh, really?
I really like it. Yeah, I really enjoy it every time I get there. It's this kind of mental reset, because we do just all these tricks, and now you just get to run forwards for a while, and it's very relaxing. So Mofat got a crash toughie. They were trying a fast strategy on a Cargork fight, but she got grabbed by the Cargork and it crashes the game. And because it's no save and quit, there's no way to back that up. You just you have to turn off your console and start over. And she wasn't feeling like that, which is understandable. Yeah, she was well in the lead for the whole run. She was super consistent on all the tricks. It was a pleasure to have her on the stream.
Yeah.
Also, Wolf and Water is currently doing the rest of Forest Temple because the Wii version doesn't have access to the Boomerang LJ, so he actually needs to defeat Diababa, and it's pretty interesting. Nice, good jump, bringing that bomb over here. I wonder if
I don't
they're
think
going to...
I don't think I've seen like the full completion of Forest Temple, with getting every single monkey in years.
I'll just watch my runs from time to time.
Yeah,
it happens
well,
very often in Glitchless.
also, that pillar, it is the same kind of pillars that were in the second monkey room, and what happens both there, it can happen every single time you have this kind of pillars. It just, yeah, it's just...
But it's looking good so far. So yeah, this is... Forest Temple is such a cool dungeon. It's really a shame that most of it gets skipped in a lot of categories. So we should definitely... Especially because Linear Twilight is mostly a bunch of running forwards, we can focus more on Wolf and Water.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Mainly, TGD and Anno are going to be hunting down bugs and collecting the tears. And Linear is a really, really large province, so it requires a lot of just running forwards.
And there is this one bug that is really far out of the way in Castle Town. And the devs just put it there because they wanted you to get the Castle Town portal. So yeah, it is basically the reason why most people do not like this Twilight. Mainly, I'm really not a big fan of this Twilight. My favorite Twilight is Elden Twilight, personally.
I think most people like Elden the best because it's very technical. It has a bunch of small things that make it faster. Oof, Anorak is just barely missing the side hop there out of the waterfall. They're going for...
We don't have claw shot.
Ah, yes, there's no claw shot. I was like, hang on, they're going for a different backup, but that's because there's no claw shot. Yep.
So yeah, at the moment, TGD's in the lead by like a minute and a half, roughly. A bit more since TGD, since Anno failed waterfall side hop.
Alright. So, yeah, Boomerang on the small key. It's a very cool little optimization that the Wii version can do here.
Yeah, I'll let you commentate most of that because I have no clue what's happening there to Wolf.
So, we've actually saved the first 4 monkeys already now. So, due to having the boomerang early, it becomes easier to save the other monkeys in this first part of the dungeon. So now they can go get the boss key, which requires the boomerang as well. Wolf's screen is cut off. Really, TG? It looks good on our side, so...
We don't have the same view as the live view.
But, okay, meanwhile... Yeah, so they're trying to get this jump over here on this fence right now. There you go. Skips a little bit of movement around. And now they're trying to get this target, but... So I personally really like just doing 4 targets on the Wii version, but Wolf making 3 targets up didn't quite work out. But that seemed very close to working. But this should definitely work now. Yep, there you go.
Also,
so
TGD getting the Castleton portal. It is possible to skip that portal. It is only done in low percent. The skip is extremely cool. I love this trick. It is one of my favorite tricks in the game, but it's obviously much slower. So in any percent, we just do that.
Yeah. Anno is also on his way to Castletown right now, but that's the part where it's a lot of running forwards. So TGD is currently doing a bunch of dash attacks, and the reason he's doing that is because it's actually a little bit faster than just running regularly. Because Wolflink's movement speed in Castletown is severely reduced, and dash attacking is just slightly faster than running.
Yeah, I guess we never really talked about this, but the technique he's doing there is known as a dash cancel, where he cancels the dash in, I think it's a 10 frames window after doing the dash. If you cancel it by doing a B attack or dashing off a ledge or bonking or stuff like that, you will get your dash cooldown. You won't have any dash cooldown. You'll have your dash immediately, allowing you to dash right now. And as FX said, it is much faster in Castletown because Wolf's running speed is really slow in that area. And so doing dash cancels is the fastest way to move there as Wolf.
Alright, so Wolf in Water is currently doing the vine climbing, and once he gets to the top, there's a pretty cool room where there's 2 skips in a single room, actually. And I wonder if Wolf is going to go for both of the skips. There is first a Deku-like, where you're supposed to feed a bomb to it so it dies, but you can actually skip doing that with a precise jump. We'll just see if they get that. Yep, they are going to go for that. It's about a 5-frame window from what I remember. Good. First try. That gives you the small key. And then he still needs to save a monkey in this room, and you're supposed to use a bomb to blow up the rock at the top of this set of vines. But you don't have to, so I wonder if they're going to try and skip it. Looks like they're going to try it.
Oh, that thing is so cool.
But unfortunately the bomb twirls just a bit too much and hits the rock on the way. But yeah, they had it. They nearly had it, so it was pretty close. But yeah, you don't actually have to climb up there. You can just send the bomb over, just like that. Nice. And there's
Also,
2 more monkeys.
While we're seeing that, TGD got the 4 bugs that were in that single section. And he actually said no. He didn't want to retry. He intensely bounced, and because that allowed him to respawn there, where the last tier was just there. So it is really convenient. And now it is the boss bug, which has a pretty interesting strat.
Ah yeah. So the main thing about the boss bug is that you can actually manipulate its movement with your camera. Based on where you're looking, the boss bug will prefer to attack from that direction. So we're going to try and force it to attack from a favorable angle by looking into certain directions. And then you can... TGD jumping a little too early there, unfortunately. So the boss bug was too low, and then if you jump attack the boss bug as it's floating right over the platform, it will throw you back away because you're clipping through the platform, so the game thinks that you're on the ground, and it just stops your attack animation. Anno getting the last bug in the cardwork section as well. Alright, let's see. So Wolf and Water is trying the underground skip, essentially. There's no real name for this trick, but there you go, nice. And then you can roll over here, and the bomb, as it gets caught by the boomerang underground, the boomerang will follow Link as you roll over there, and then it will catch the cage that the monkey is in as it comes up, and you don't have to actually go down there. And now there's 1 more monkey to save, which Wolf only has half a heart, so I wonder. Oh, they are gonna go for it on half a heart. That's brave, I would say. Damn. Getting the jump, nice.
Yeah, that's a trick I've actually never seen before.
Oh, it's a really cool thing. It only saves 1 second. the worm boost.
Yeah. Oh, the worm boost. Yeah, I saw that before, but like activating, well, all the monkey saving, yeah.
Yeah, no,
personally never
Forest
seen
Temple.
that before.
Oh no!
Okay, that was interesting. Oh yeah, also, DGD did a random jump attack which skips a mailman trigger, and now he is going to do the escort sequence because in this game we generally have like four major ways actually of telling which route you take. There is gorge, and there is gorge voids and not gorge void routes, which we call bites. And there is Zor armors and no Zor armors routes, and there's like so you have four different combinations with that. And for this run, we end up going for the Gorge ZA version because right now you need a way to defeat Morpheal, which is the boss of Blade Bed Temple. The issue is we cannot get, in any percent you would get the bombs to defeat Morpheal, but you cannot do that because that requires a lot of 7 quits. So instead we have to do the escort, which has some really interesting skip. First one is this one, where TGD is gonna try to clip, that was actually super smooth.
Nice.
He clipped out of bounds right there to end up past the bridge. This is the KB2 skip, this is the King Blobbin 2 skip. And it is required because we could not do King Blobbin 2.
Yeah,
nice,
so
okay.
the game essentially thinks that you've already defeated the mini boss on the bridge when you void out in that specific area. It's pretty
really
interesting.
convenient.
And yeah, convenient is also definitely one way to put it. Anno is also about to start this sequence. Meanwhile, Wolf and Weather is doing Uklis, or going to attempt Uklis Diababa, which is a fast version of the boss fight where you try and skip most of it essentially. So he's put aside 2 bombs, as you can see in this cutscene, and he's going to try and use those in this next phase right now to quickly deal with the boss instead of having to sit through a bunch of auto-scrolling. It's looking good, yeah.
This trick
Nice,
is pretty difficult, but once you know how to do it, it's pretty easy.
Looks like he's got it.
Yep.
Yes, he's got it. Very
Great.
clean. Alright,
So yeah,
with that
meanwhile,
we can with that we can focus on what TGD is doing right now. TGD is about to come up to the gorge, but there's no bridge, so he's gonna have to do a frame perfect trick to get over the bridge. We've mentioned it early on in the stream. There's an Epona slide where you can dismount on a perfect frame to get a slide, and he does not get the frame. Yeah, you have to backflip and cancel the backflip on the same frame essentially, which will give you a slide, but it's frame perfect. Luckily, it doesn't put you back like all the way out of the escort. You just get respawned right after the fight that we didn't do, the King Boblin 2 fight.
It just loses a lot of time, like roughly 2.5 minutes or something, I think.
Yeah. And
so
with that, Anno and TGD are equal.
Yeah, they're basically tied. And also, TGD went for a harder, in my opinion, version of the Epona slide, where it is possible to buffer, to pause buffer the Epona slide to make it a lot easier, in my opinion. But he didn't go for that.
Yeah, TGD prefers unbuffered. It's I would say it is a preference thing. I personally like buffering as well, but there's plenty of people who like unbuffered, and it's they're both valid. Yeah.
I know he goes for unbuffered as well.
Really interesting.
Well, at least when he was running low percent, he was going for.
I know he does a bunch of opponent slides for fun all the time, so that should help.
Yeah.
So yeah, the reason we don't run for the gorge right away is there's one Kargorok that has a bomb, and we actually need to prevent the Kargorok from dropping that bomb, otherwise we are not allowed to go here. But here we go, slide in 1, 2, 3.
Nice, that was really
very good.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't get Epona with him. Alright, TGD coming up on the slide as well. Also getting it. And getting Epona, I think. Not quite. Yeah, he's leaving opponent behind as well. So TGD and Anno basically tied as they go into Zora armor. Wolfenwater jump attacking there, but a little too early it seems because he hit the Mailman trigger. So there is a fun quirk for the Wii version on 1.0, the first Wii version that was released, and you can actually jump over many triggers as Wolf because the trigger sizes are much smaller on the initial version of the game on Wii, as opposed to every other version of the game.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see him use that again later. Meanwhile, Anno and TGD both going to the graveyard to go get the Zora armor, and after that, I think it's
Lake Bed
straight to
time,
Lake Bed, yeah, straight to Lake Bed, and they're gonna do ZA Pillar Clip, which is
yeah. It is
pretty
really
cool.
easy. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, yeah. It is much easier than the regular. Also, yeah, I love that thing on the screen, where you can just trigger the cutscene while still underwater. Oh, nice, nice TGD. Yeah, Anno did manage to catch up, mostly because TGD actually failed a trick. If a frame per feature, that loses a bit of time.
Wait a minute. I just realized they're both playing German, but I think... Oh no, yeah, no, never mind. German is actually the fastest language by 0.2 seconds. Yep, 0.2 seconds.
Language, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
essentially doesn't matter for this category, but it's 0.2 seconds.
I guess we didn't really talk about the language, but language really doesn't matter in this game. Like, except for it mostly matters for categories like glitchless, where you have a lot more text, and text matching text width can actually really matter a lot. But in most categories, it just won't matter at all. Like, for example, the German is the optimal language for a lot of categories. It is the optimal language for any percent OSM quits, any percent, low percent, all dungeons, 100% plus. I don't know any others where it's optimal.
I think yeah. I know it's English for 100%. Though the timing, I don't know, some of the timings are quite old. But yeah, generally German is like slightly faster than English. And it's especially slightly so for this category, where it's not even half a second faster.
Yeah.
Over the course of the entire run.
And yeah, the language really doesn't matter as long as you're not running in Japanese, because Japanese has a glitch that saves a lot of time patched. So Japanese is the slowest language for most categories. But yeah, you can run in a lot of languages without losing like that much time.
Yeah, so I think I should clarify that when you say the slowest language, Link means that there are particular tricks that the Japanese version cannot do because they have patched them, and so that makes Japanese slower as a whole. But the language itself is actually reasonably fast.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So we kind of skipped over Pillar Clip as we were explaining languages, but yeah. With the Zora armor, you can just swim through the wall near Lake Bed's entrance, essentially, and it's actually quite trivial. And now we just see the general any percent Lake Bed, at least until Deku Toad, because we're not allowed to save and quit afterwards, of course, so we do need to come up with a different solution to leave after defeating the Deku Toad. And also, we don't have... Of course, we don't have early boss flags, so entering Deku Toad's room is also not going to be the same.
Yeah, it is going to be very interesting.
So normally, in any percent, you would just jump attack to Deku Toad's room and then enter from the wrong door, quote-unquote. And because you have early boss flags, you can just start the fight that way. But we don't have that for this category, so we have to actually do an extra LJA in the next room to get over the wall. and enter from the correct side, essentially. No, TGD!
What was that cam? Okay, I've never seen that before.
Alright. So,
Also,
Anna is
yeah,
going to do... Yeah.
on
Clip
Anna's
is coming up.
side, yeah, there is a really interesting clip coming up using this nice spot friend. You will mostly see this clip being used in TPHT any percent. I think I don't exactly remember. I think it's 20%, yeah. But yeah, basically you just go there. You just put the bots next there, and you just mash A to swim, and you just clip through. Hopefully, it is really trivial. Yeah, that looks good. And after a bit, he'll just pop through. Hopefully,
Yep, you
this is
just
taking some
need
time.
you need to build up some speed and then have the right angle to clip through. You'll get it eventually.
Yeah,
There you
just
go.
like this.
So
Also, we're
TGD
not really
also,
talking about that, but TGD and Anno are really close from each other.
yeah, it's just a couple seconds between them, really.
Yeah.
Also, Wolf doing... Oh, nice. That charge attack landed the bug right on the cutscene. It was really, actually pretty nice. So yeah, Wolf doing Elden Twilight right now. I would have not been able to get that bug that quickly. That's amazing.
TGD, spoilers!
Alright, Arno getting the 10 slashes? Yes, he does. So there's a 1 cycle on Deku Toad. We'll see it again from TGD, hopefully. Where if you manage to time your slashes just right, you can 1 cycle the Deku Toad with Master Sword. It's 10 slashes. Let's see it. Nope. Unfortunate.
Yeah, okay, he did
TGD,
the full combo, so...
Yeah. The timing is quite precise, and if you're off by a little bit, you'll get a full combo instead, and that doesn't 1 cycle. So we'll just have to do another round of tadpoles.
Anno got a frame perfect drop down.
Very nice, very nice.
That is rare to see, so what happened there is that he pressed A at the very last possible frame before the cutscene started, and that's dropped him down. It is really rare, because if you go for it but don't get it, you lose a bunch of time. So people usually don't go for it. That is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's nice. It saves like half a second essentially if you get it, which is mostly for I think they mostly did it for swag points, but
yeah, for sure.
I can appreciate that, especially in a race. So yeah, you skip having to drop down after the cutscene, which is this. So yeah, I think like half a second.
Also, Wolf going for Wolf on Haskip, and that's unfortunate.
So the Wii version, because they don't have LJs, they have to do Wolfbomb House Skip. Yeah, exactly. I was going to suggest that most likely, whenever you don't get the setup right away, it's best to just reset the room to get the proper full setup again. Let's see if they can.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just kind of YOLO doing it. Okay.
Seems good.
All right.
So far.
Nice. Yeah, that looks good.
Also, meanwhile, Anna is doing. No, okay, that was.
Wow.
The angle was a bit bad there.
Unfortunate. The angle is different on Wii than on GameCube. It's quite tough sometimes to be able to tell if you're in the correct spot or not.
Okay, so Anna and TGD right now are both going for a trick to skip the boss key for this dungeon, because the boss key is extremely far out of the way in this dungeon, so it's really convenient that we have a way to skip it. It is the only dungeon where we can skip it, fortunately.
Anna got very unlucky with it.
Yeah, Anna is having some troubles. He rode it out once, he got crushed by the bridge, and then he just failed it. You were trying to be cool.
Alright, so TGD getting into Morphil first.
That is game changing.
Nice. Anna also getting it.
And TGD going for it. He got it, I think. I don't know. Okay, it is. Okay.
Uh,
There's a frame perfect claw shot pull you can do
Yeah.
on Tentacle.
It's supposed to save time, but I don't believe it. Like I've tried so much and I never managed to save time with it. So
Yeah.
I know that in theory it saves time, but I've never seen anyone save time with it, so I don't believe it.
Maybe Tosh does save time with it. I don't know. So yeah, what happens with the reason why TGD is ahead of Anno right now is because Anno had a lot of troubles with the basket skip. Well, TGD got it first try.
Alright, let's see if TGD gets good Morphular RNG. Not great, but it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, I guess so. Got it. So yeah, it is possible to lose fights without the Zora armor if you have some bombs, because as everyone knows, bombs allow you to breathe underwater. Like, it makes total sense. With the Zora armor, it's a lot more straightforward. You just there is actually a technique that is used there where they equip Iron Boots before claw-shotting the eye, because it allows us to do exactly what Anna just did a second ago, where he can just go off of Morpheal without getting thrown like 20 miles
Normally
off.
there's a somewhat of a cutscene where Morphle will shake you off of her back, but if you unequip Iron Boots by force with your item wheel, you can skip the cutscene essentially, which happened there as well. So yeah, TGD in the lead by maybe a minute, maybe a little bit less.
Plus, like 30, I would say 30 seconds.
And meanwhile, Wolf and Water getting close to the end of Elden Twilight. Let's see. Oh, they're doing the messenger fight this way. Okay, interesting. This is a pretty difficult way of doing it. At least I think it's quite tough, but it's working. Nice. That's really good.
It worked really nice, yeah.
That is a really difficult way of doing that fight, but it is fast. So props to Wolf for going over all these. He went for fast EMS as well, and yeah. Just nice. Wow, this is some.
Yeah, that was an interesting stress. I've never seen
like
intentionally bonking. That was really
the
cool.
bug just landed right on the steps. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. That's crazy. That's really cool. The car is annoying.
Car, yeah.
Damn.
Also, nice gold, yeah. TGD. 30 seconds gold.
Not bad, not bad. Alright, so Wolf is gonna head to Lanayru after this, I'm fairly sure. And meanwhile, we're gonna be watching MDH, Midness Desperate Hour, for TGD and Anoi, where it starts off with running forwards for quite a while.
And TGD is 34 seconds ahead of Anno right now. So yeah, this is pretty close. There's a lot to go, but this is pretty close.
So, this is going to send us back to the sewers that we visited all the way at the beginning of the game, but this time we have to do it without Midna. So, at the beginning of the game, you go through the sewers with the help from Midna, and now we have to do it without, because, well, as you can see, Midna is in no shape to help us. Which is story-related. So we're going to do a bunch of dash cancels again. You can see TGD doing a bunch of hops, which again is a little bit faster than normal dashing. Wolf is going to do Pona taming now. I'm not sure if the Wii version also has the photosensitive thing, so just gonna put it out there. Let's see if he's doing it as Wolf. It looks like he's going to do it as Wolf.
So yeah, photosensitive warning.
Yep. Look away for a little bit if you're not a fan of flashing lights. Meanwhile, TGD got Louise glitch. That saves 1 second.
I didn't even notice, yeah. This is frame perfect and it saved 1 second, yeah. And it's also pretty cool, so that's a lot of skill points, that's a lot of, yeah, skill points for him.
So, yeah, so we'll see the difference now with Ano. So TGD's cutscene was just a stationary image, but now you see Ano getting the same cutscene, but the camera is moving around and following the cat, and this is how the cutscene is supposed to go, but if you get a particular entry to the cutscene with Wolflink, you can just make sure that the camera doesn't move around, and it saves 1 second. And the flashing lights are done with for the rest of the run now, so no more worries about that.
Unless one of them decides to reset and go for some eye shorter stuff.
True, yeah, that could always happen. Don't think we will see
never
that.
know. I don't think so, but
oh,
we never
Ano
know.
going for nice. Ano going for the skip. So that's a fairly precise jump onto the rope. So you side hop and take like one step to the right, and then you dash straight forwards. And if done properly and quickly, the Goron will not spot you, and you skip walking along the ropes.
It is precise and RNG as well. Like, the Goron can notice you even if you do it perfectly.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. I thought it was not RNG. But, yeah. Oh, nice break slide by TGD. But unfortunately, ESS didn't stay for long enough to really get a benefit from that. But definitely swag points.
So yeah, from what G's tested, the Goron basically looks around in a kind of random pattern. And if you get bad RNG, well, he'll just notice you, he'll just loot towards you, and since your hitbox falls down a little bit, he'll just see you and be like, hey, what are you doing here? And he'll just knock you out, and this is really annoying.
TGD jump attacked the Boblin a little too quickly, so it didn't fall in the water. But getting the skip there, that's nice. So we kill that Boblin because the arrows they fire tend to snipe you from down there when you're walking these ropes, and then you fall all the way back down. So you technically don't have to defeat the Boblin, but almost everybody I know does actually defeat the Boblin.
I think it's possible to not kill the Boblin, but it's almost that's only because it requires god RNG. And I don't think anyone has ever gotten its RTA. So.
Oh yeah, no, I saw. I think it was Demon were toying with it a bit, and Alberto also was looking at it, and they were getting it. I think it was like a 50-50-ish kind of thing for them. So definitely not at a point where. Also, oh no, TGD!
That is unfortunate.
He made the cycle and then jumped off the bridge a little too early. Honestly, he was just trying to make it more interesting. He just brought it back to even.
Yeah.
Simi's on it as well? There you go. Yeah, so it's definitely been done. But I don't think anybody has a strat that's like 100% foolproof.
Yeah, I would suppose that's just like the kind of stuff that's RNG and just like rope skip.
Alright, so we're at the end of MDH here.
And we are coming up to Snowpeak Ruins. So if you remember casually, you need a couple of items to climb the Snowpeak Mountain. You need the fishing rod, you need the fishing rod upgrade, like, I don't remember how it's called. And
yeah,
you need
the coral earring.
Yeah, okay. And you need to fish, I don't remember the name of the fish as well.
Yep.
To get the rich fixed sense. That's me not having played this game casually for years. Casually, I've never done a glitchless run, so... Yeah, well... The fishing rod, you're supposed to get it at the very beginning of the game, but we didn't get it, so we are gonna have to do something interesting. So basically, yeah, you're gonna see it first on Anno's screen and then on TG's screen, but like by a few seconds apart. But this is gonna be map glitch. So basically, whenever you try to warp in this game, the game disables every single loading zone and void triggers and a lot of stuff like this. And yeah, I'm not sure about the technical reasons of why they do that, but the game just does that. And it happens that this sequence happens. So if you see the warp sequence, so you select you open them up, you warp, you select warp zone, you warp. When the map closes, between the map closing and like the sequence starting, there is a single frame where something can be inputted, and if Midna happens to interrupt the text on this specific frame, then the game will remain in that state where loading zones and void triggers are disabled, which allow them to just go past this fog right there, which would normally void them out. This is really convenient, but it has a side effect. Right now, we are not able to go through loading zone. This is kind of a problem because, well, you need to go through loading zones to complete the game. So they are gonna have to enable loading zones in a specific way, and you can do that with. You have a couple of ways of doing that. You can save warp, obviously not a good idea. You can howl at this statue right there that Anna is at, which is really convenient, and it is gonna trigger a complete map reload, which is gonna just re-enable the loading zones. Because if you were to
Don't
dig...
tell. Okay, TGD. TGD telling Arno to not howl. It's a fun in-between joke. Oh, Wolf, are you...
It's not howl.
Okay,
Okay,
Wolf
fine.
managed
Okay.
to not get grabbed. Good.
Yeah, he just told him to not howl twice. Because you needed to howl once, because you don't need the wolf.
Yep.
You don't need any other healing skills, so if you howl twice, then you just lose 45 seconds and you cry because you just prove that you're really dumb.
Also, let's watch Wolf in Water for a moment because he's going for the fast out of bounds. Let's have a look. If he's gonna try again. Yeah, so he's gonna try for fast out of bounds. Damn.
Unfortunate. This thing is really precise, so...
Yeah, especially on Wii where you have to do it with pointer controls. He's actually manually aiming the cursor to where he wants to go. Meanwhile, Arno and TGD both voiding out in a specific way to spawn on the other side of a trigger. Also, Arno getting the backflip. TGD getting the backflip too! Okay.
Nice! That was frame perfect.
Yep.
They both kicked the cam.
They both said no to the spiritual journey, though. It's a little bit unfortunate.
And they're both like 3 seconds apart now.
So the Carrock flight on the Wii version can be a little bit of a hassle because the pointer controls aren't the best, and sometimes they will invert if you change direction too rapidly while in a dash animation. So whenever Wolf presses A, the car will flap its wings, and if you, during that time where the car has its wings folded, quickly change direction, sometimes the game will instead invert your controls, and you could just randomly hit terrain when you don't intend to, and it can be a real pain. Just, for example, there it happened. He almost got knocked into the ceiling, even though he was pointing down. But he's managed to get through. Meanwhile, because Anno and TGD skipped a trigger with the void out, the fog doesn't clear, and they have to snowboard blindly.
Which can be a bit tricky, especially when you go for this shortcut right there. But there are some cues to make it consistent.
Yeah, also the game actually tries to drag you into the right direction. No, TGD!
So yeah, that can happen with
The
blind snowboarding.
sadness. Not like this. Oh, Ano skipping the mid trigger. Nice, nice, nice. So those jump attacks.
I haven't seen those two. Like I usually get one of them, but like the second one I've actually never got them before. That is really slick.
They're weirdly precise.
Yeah.
But yeah, those seemingly random jump attacks were avoiding a minor cutscene with Midna talking about the building. So very cool to see Ano going for these little time saves.
Oh, and going for the
clip
for this route.
Yeah, he's gonna do. He's gonna do ladder freezer skip.
Yeah.
So this is a fairly new trick. I say fairly new. It's I think like 5 months by now.
No. Like
I think it's like December. Yeah.
Wait, already? No, that can be true.
It was December.
Oh my god.
So
okay.
Anyway. So this is one frame perfect drop down and then one fairly lenient drop down, and then this freezer will not blow frost forever, but instead just stop, and it lets you skip it. And this also saves time in any percent and no saving quit, because normally you would have to collect a small key and or clip through some walls in a different room, but this just ends up saving a little bit of time. We're maybe gonna see it again by TGD.
The reason, the biggest reason why they are going for it is because if you have the Zora armor equipped, you take a huge amount of damage from ice and fire. You take like 10 times the damage from ice and fire. So it is actually another safety measure, because it is hard to make it save time. If you get a second try, it won't save time. You have to get it first try to save time. So that makes it so you are 100% sure that you will not take any ice damage. Know that I'm not taking the feels okay, man. Just a Chad move.
Alright,
and yeah.
TGD getting it as well. Nice, so Anarch is getting a clean Dark Hammer fight. And
you'll see right now. I know getting.
Isn't he gonna? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't he gonna take a lot of damage here? It's like, yep.
So that was the 10 times damage. Yeah, having ZA there, you take 2.5 heart of damage.
Damn. Getting hit is a bit unfortunate there for TGD. Still gets the kill though. Nice.
Yeah. The one cycle is actually so lenient.
Wolf and Water starting Legendary Twilight now. Very nice. Alright. So with that, I think Ano is ready to go to the desert.
Yeah. Also, shoutouts to Ano for being 15 minutes ahead, and TGD being 16 minutes and 52 seconds ahead. Obviously FFPV.
Yeah, of course. Though I think the splits are cropped for the viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
But quite a few golds for both of them, so they're playing really well.
Yeah. Yeah, the sword and skip at the beginning of the run was really unfortunate for both, but still a really good run right now.
Yeah, it's just been minor mistakes for both of them, really. It's been really good. So, Ano slightly ahead right now, but not by a lot. Nice. Oh, very cool. I like that. The way TGD just grabbed that orange rupee was very good. Oh my god, Wolf and Water just got rich. What?
He didn't get.
Did he just get like 6 rupees from one patch? That's insane.
Yeah, this is RNG, and getting that many rupees it doesn't happen very often.
So the game lags a lot in this area. I don't see Anno using any lag reduction, however, so we're just gonna enjoy the slideshow.
That is a nice description of TP. So yeah, TP GameCube lags a lot more because the GameCube is just a really weak console.
Yeah, sorry.
And the Wii version is actually, it doesn't have any of those lags. So every lag frame that we see and what TGT is doing actually makes the game lag a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool. But yeah, every single lag frame that you'll see on Anno and
Nice camera,
TGT
TGT.
style will not happen on Wolf in Water because the Wii version is just, yeah, it doesn't lag because the Wii is a better console than the GameCube.
So my theory is that it's because of the compression that they had to use for GameCube to fit on the disc, and that the game needs to unpack it as it's rendering, and it just takes too much processing power, so it lags. That's my theory. And the Wii version has a larger disc, so it's not compressed in the same way. That's what I would think anyway. But yeah, so
the Wii is also just a more powerful console than the GameCube. So yeah.
But they're all playing on the Wii though.
Yeah, but it's in GameCube mode, so it's in GameCube mode, so it just emulates GameCube.
Oh, it doesn't emulate actually. It's actually a literal GameCube inside of the Wii.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, you see what I mean. Yeah.
Alright. So I'm gonna do wolf clip here. Very nice.
So yeah, gates are a suggestion in this game. They really don't exist.
Oh, it did work. I'm stupid. Yeah. That angle usually doesn't work for me, but it did work for Anno, so he just makes it work. It's crazy. Big props. So this next segment here, they're gonna use map glitch again. So they're gonna open the map, pick a warp, and then call Midna to interrupt the warp. And then looks like Anno is gonna do the setup just to be extra safe. I like that. So this way, it takes a little bit longer to fall all the way to King Goblin's trigger this way, but it's a lot safer, especially in No Save and Quit, where if you fail this, your run is over. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So there's a cutscene trigger that extends all the way down infinitely, so you can just fall into it this way with map glitch because you will never void out. And then the cutscene will just place you in the room, and you can fight King Goblin. So it's very convenient.
And this fact, it is actually really important to, okay, that was the one cycle. It is really easy to do, but getting this one cycle is actually really important because King Goblin is one of the most powerful enemies in the entire game, much more powerful than Ganondorf, and he'll deal an insane amount of damage if he hits you. One of my No Save and Quit attempts actually died right there.
Yeah, I think everyone has had a run die to King Goblin at some point. I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone who hasn't had their run ended by King Goblin 3 in front of Arbiter's Grounds. It's just one of those things that if it hasn't happened to you, it will happen at some point.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It always happens.
Alright, so Anno getting through that pretty nice. Oh, TGD going for the quote-unquote riskier version. Let's see if he gets the good angle, because you do need to make sure that your angle is right. That looks good to me.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice, and Anno entering Arbiter's Grounds. Which is, I don't, is it the longest dungeon in the game? No, it's Twilight, right?
Palace is the longest dungeon, yep.
Yeah.
Glitchless, it might not be. I think glitchless, it's City. Maybe Temple of Time. But yeah, Palace of Twilight in every glitch category, I think it's Palace of Twilight.
trying to be cool again.
He tried to do the frame perfect, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So there's a frame perfect where you can actually let go of the chain and the cutscene won't trigger for a little bit, so you can just start moving towards the door as the cutscene winds up, essentially. But yeah, it didn't quite work out that way for Anno, so then he just had to go back and do it again.
Also, the
Alright,
portal is
TGD.
getting a lot of troubles too. Wolfen Weather. That's really unfortunate. Okay,
Yeah.
finally.
When you, like, if you get the correct setup right away out of, like, at the beginning of the messenger fight, then it tends to be completely fine and seems super easy. But if you make a small mistake, the messengers will start to scramble their movement more, and it becomes much harder to get them all at the same time.
Yeah. And you can now see a cutscene where this gate, this giant gate right there, is being closed. And that is so unfortunate that this cutscene exists, because this section is very long. We wish there was a fast way to skip that thing. There is a way to skip that thing. It takes 10 hours, roughly. So...
Yeah, it's a little bit too slow for our needs in this speedrun.
yeah. It is, again, one of those things that low percent does. I love low percent. Anyways, instead of skipping that and taking 10 hours to do so, they're gonna skip the first bow.
TGD was
Because-
right as well, by the way. And he got it! Wait! He got it and then he didn't roll! No!
So yeah, the game only checks for the last 3 bows to unlock the gates, so you don't need to kill the first bow, which is a pretty interesting routing, because now Anno can just do the LJ hit there, which allows him to just go to dungeon basically in reverse.
Yeah, it's a very cool way of getting around a lot of the roadblocks in this dungeon, because normally there's some puzzle rooms that are quite lengthy, but by doing this first bit in reverse, you can actually avoid most of the puzzles that this dungeon has to offer.
Yeah.
So this Poe splits into 4 and picks a random one of those 4 that will actually attack you. And based on which one attacks you, you want to pick an action which will manipulate the Poe to quickly attack again. So Anno right there doing a jump attack, which is not random, but it's actually the corresponding action to that Poe being the one that attacks you. And then the Poe will more quickly attack again.
Also, Wolf in the Water coming to the end of linear Twilight.
Yep. Also, TGD going for Poe 1 skip right now. Nice, very good. Whoa, that's a bit
That was scary.
aggressive. Good.
So right now Anno is pushing this block 4 times, and that is because he will return there. And if you don't touch the block 4 times, then its position will not be saved. So he needs to touch it 4 times, otherwise he will cry, because he has to go all the way around again. Or he
Do a
could
bubble super jump.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Bubbles. If you wanna see what we just talked about, go check the old dungeons task by AK325. I don't remember the number of this, but like, it is an insane strat.
It's crazy. Definitely not remotely humanly viable right now, but it's really cool.
Maybe in like 2050, when the world record for any percent will be 245, and Byron Escape will still be on hold.
It's gonna include
We will go for this.
earliest snow peak and fucking bubble super jump and all that. Alright, TGD getting the same RNG as Anorak is actually on this Poe, but getting a slightly different outcome on the second cycle. Nice camera.
Yeah.
Also, Wolf and Water fighting the boss bug. Nice. I think that's... Yeah, let's see if they get the ball. They did not get the
No,
ball.
unfortunately. So yeah, we did not mention that when Anno and TGD were there, but if you manage to bonk right there on the, I guess, the foot of the bug, I don't know, you will enter the cutscene faster, saving around 6 seconds. The game still triggers the death of the bug because, but yeah.
I don't know, yeah, I'm not sure why, but if you bonk while charging, while minute charging the bug, it just instantly dies. It's a nice little extra time save. I think it's like 5 seconds. Alright,
Yeah,
so...
I've heard like 6 seconds, I don't know. Oh, and unfortunately, Wolf missed a seemingly random jump attack.
They get one more try near the end of the run.
Yeah. I don't know how precise those jump attacks are. As a non-weak runner, they seem pretty
They're
precise.
reasonably lenient, but I mean, it's a regular jump attack, so you do need to be somewhat precise in your positioning. It's especially if you're trying to do it very fast, it can be pretty difficult.
Yeah,
because if you're taking a long time, then it doesn't save time anymore. Right.
And I know on the very last bow.
That was pretty good.
This is...
Camera is a bit unfortunate, but
this is I think it is the third bow you would get.
Yep.
Normally.
This is normally you would enter this room from the other side, and you need to actually fight the Redeads in a more standard, in a more conventional way. But because you enter this room from behind, the Redeads actually don't notice you, and you can just kill them without them doing anything.
That was a nice speedrun from TGD. And actually, fun fact, if TGD were to save warp right now, and like, so the spinner thing didn't have time to complete the rotation, and that is an issue because the game did not save its position. So if TGD were to come back in the room, he would see that the spinner thing will still be the issue. Can't talk. The thing would be locked. That is an issue if you're playing casually, but obviously, in Speedrun we don't really care about it. Also, nice. This is the easiest boss key. This is the easiest early boss key in the entire game, done from Anno.
Yeah.
But
he also did the quick climb.
Yeah. But we are not gonna grab the boss key right now because we are gonna go back in this room.
Yep, because we won't be save warping, so we'll just head back this way after finding the death sword.
And I actually love the way you go through the area, like after if you cannot save warp. I actually love the way you go through the area.
The spinner room it's very cool. It's one of the highlights of Arbiter's Grounds, really.
Yeah, for sure. It casually ends in experience when you do it.
Yeah, there's a specific cycle that you can make where you can actually just do everything without pausing at any point to wait for a good cycle on blade traps. You can just run through all of it. But
yeah, the earliest cycle is a bit difficult though. It is really precise to get.
It's reasonably... You have like a second of leniency essentially in the room, which is not that bad, but yeah, it's definitely, if you make a mistake somewhere, you can't get it anymore. Meanwhile, Wolf and Water is actually about to finish up the Zora armor segment, but since they don't have LJs, they need to actually escort the wagon all the way. So they're waiting on the card rock here, and then they'll be able to head to the end. Alright, so Death Sword. We will not be skipping it here because if you actually need to leave the room, so.
Yeah, technically, if you had bombs, you could still do Death Sword skip and Death Warp with bombs, but we do not have bombs there.
Well, you can still get back into the room with Spinner and then die to Death Sword, but it's just
Sure.
faster
It is just, yeah.
faster to just kill the Death Sword instead.
Oh, and TG going for human movement.
Nice. Getting it as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so I would say it's something like 2 minutes in Anuraka's favor right now.
Yeah, roughly. There's a lot of time to run. Anything could
Nice
happen.
break slide by TGD.
Yeah.
Very good. Not sure about this though.
Also nice little LJ there from Anno.
Wait, what? Sorry.
There was a little LJ you can
There's
do.
an LJ there?
Yeah.
Oh. I do not know about that. I guess I'll be watching TGD then, because I hope they'll do it as well.
Yeah, TG will do it as well. It is something we do in low percent, and both of them have run low percent as well, so he'll do it. Unless he just pranks me.
Ah, okay, so Anuraka's doesn't quite get the correct movement to make the cycle, but it might still be able to make it. Never mind. No, they're not going for the quick cycle. I think they're just going to go for the second best cycle.
Second best cycle is not that slow, so it's pretty fine.
Yeah, I mean, you essentially don't lose any time. It's just... well, you lose the time from, like, having the one later cycle.
You don't know the cycle? Then good luck.
Good luck, TGD. You just YOLO.
This thing, this cycle that that Anna just went through is really difficult. It is really difficult if you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's if you're running a category that does that room, it's worth just spending like an hour or something practicing that cycle alone, just to get a feel for how you're supposed to avoid the blade traps on it.
Yeah, I agree. I have a cue for that where I just go whenever whenever one of them comes back or something. I don't remember my cue exactly, but like I know what it is.
For me,
right now,
it's
yeah, go on.
oh yeah, no, we can look at who's currently ahead. It's currently Anuraka is ahead by something like 1.5 to 2 minutes, I think. We don't really know until we look at the splits, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, it's something like 2 minutes.
HD.
Not doing the LG, apparently.
Yeah. How dare you?
Also, Wolfing Water getting the clip into Lakebed. Very nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. And Anno entering Star-Lord, which is he is gonna skip, of course, as everyone knows.
Yep, Zora Armor Star-Lord skip.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a premiere for everybody. It's gonna be shown right here.
So yeah, there is a way to skip this boss, which is actually insanely difficult. It is not that something. It is viable in an RTA speedrun. It is just extremely difficult, and it requires bomb. It requires a few bombs, so runners are not gonna do it in this run because we do not have bombs.
You could technically go out of your way to get a bomb bag and use it to skip Star-Lord in this run as well, but the consensus is that it doesn't really save enough or any time at all.
If in the context where, oh yeah, that's what happens when you don't need a cycle, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
in the context where you have the UZR, where you have the upper Zoro's River portal, it is like 30 seconds faster or so to get it, but yeah.
So yeah, this blade trap cycle is really difficult if you're just trying at random, because they tend to it tends to seem impossible to get through.
Also,
It isn't. It's just very precise.
We can look at Wolf there because he is doing a Wii exclusive trick.
Ah, yes, he's doing. Oh no, that's so
No.
sad. He's gonna have to reset the room for that. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to set up the Helmasaur Jake, in such a way that he can long jump attack at the Helmasaur, because they don't have the boomerang to long jump at, so they need to use enemies instead. So I have this feeling that TGD might go down here.
That looks good. Okay, that's good. Okay,
The corner hard
that was
clutch.
close. Yeah. What he went for is also the Q I use.
Okay. So, all right, this looks pretty good. Let's see if the long jump works out. Nice, really clean.
Nice. Okay.
That's awesome. That was such a good setup by Wolfenwater to get Jake in position that quickly. And he's trying to do pot jump here. Nice.
So
this is another-
is really experienced with that trick. So yeah, it's not really surprising to see, but it is really nice.
So when you jump, when you're holding a pot and you jump and you drop it right away, you actually gain a little bit of height, and that lets you grab the ledge there, and it's just one of those really cool things. It was found by Heartpiece, or I think at least Heartpiece mentioned it to me. I don't know if someone else mentioned it to him.
Also, we didn't really talk about it, but Anna was into the solid fight, and he got what's known as, well, I think he got it. It's like, yeah, he definitely got it, I think. So he got what's known as early knockdown, where you can just knock down Stallwood early and you don't have to ride all the way up the spinner track, which is very convenient because this is very slow. And he then went for a one cycle, where if you just chain quick spins, you can one cycle this guy. It is actually much easier than Blues. It's really lenient, even if you miss a couple of spin attacks, it'll still work. But we are gonna see a much different version of that on the Wolf side, because you cannot chain spin attacks on the Wii version, unfortunately.
Yeah. You can still one cycle Stallard on the Wii, but it requires a different combo. But let's Oh, is he going to go for the put push? I would love to see this follow. So this is a really sick trick if he manages to get it. But
oh yeah.
So Wolfenwater is trying to set up a pretty new trick that allows you to essentially long jump on the Wii version by using pots, but it's it's crazy. Let's see. So far, so good. It's possible with 3 pots. I don't know if they tend to use 4. It looks like they're gonna do a 3-pot attempt. So they're gonna try and grab. Yeah, they're gonna try and grab all of these in the boomerang, and then jump in front of the boomerang.
Unfortunate.
Didn't quite happen that time. So this, normally for the Wii version, you would go on the top floor, and you'd have to essentially go around and get an extra small key and all, and it's a bunch of movement, and this trick skips that movement. So it is fast, and it's also really cool, but it's also extremely difficult. While he's setting that up, let's watch the quick cycle on TGD's side. I think he went a little early, yeah. Let's see if he knows the brake slide backup. Surely. Surely he knows the brake slide backup.
He does know the backup. His brake sliding is just
he's getting
precise.
Yeah, the brake sliding isn't quite working out for him right now. He's getting bad ESS, I suppose.
And he has
should be careful with this health because
yeah, he's just gonna ride.
Yeah, he's gonna ride
track all the way up. Meanwhile, Wolfenwater is resetting up the pod jump. What is the name of this exact trick? Actually, is it like pod jump or?
No, pot jump is the other thing. This one I don't know what the name is actually, but I think it was Pokemon Genius who came up with this idea.
Yeah, yeah, that was him. Only him would be crazy enough to come up with that.
Oh yeah, let's go, dude! Sick!
This is as hard as it looks.
That's so sick, dude! Let's go!
Oh my god. GG's, dude. And let's see about the second part of the trick.
Nice, nice! Oh yeah, let's
Nice.
go, dude!
Yes,
Awesome!
let's go.
So sick! Let's hype it up, dude. That's so
Just-
sick, my Wolfenwitter.
Just
That
for
trick
that,
is so difficult. He's
just for
gonna do
that,
moon
I
boots as
think
well.
that's...
Dude.
You can do that there? Okay.
Yeah. Dude.
I didn't know you can moon jump there.
Yeah, you can moon jump onto the ledge. Dude, Wolfenwitter is representing way hardcore right now. Like, he's actually insane. It's crazy. Alright, so Anorak is entering city in the sky. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what Wolfenwitter is. Alright. Yeah, so he's gonna grab the small key and then I guess he will moon boots from on top of the chest. Or he's gonna go back. Now I'm confused.
Me too. Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, he can't switch his equips around, so there's no.
That's unfortunate.
Damn, that's. Wow, that's such an odd interaction that you can't fix that anymore, huh? That is super
Something-
unfortunate. He just got all those tricks and then gets wrecked by. Damn.
That was just the swag points. The swag points, the most
I mean,
important.
yeah, I mean,
That
he
was
showed
just-
off the important part,
Yeah.
right? Holy crap. That trick is so cool.
That is definitely the highlight of this race. Also, something we did not mention at all, but you could see that Anno and TGD both skipped raising the mirror, and you don't need to raise the mirror. So the Nintendo tried to prevent players from warping away, but if you just zoom all the way down on the map, you can just still warp because Nintendo is just stupid, I guess.
It's just, well, I don't want to say that, it's just the kind of thing that you don't really think about as a developer when programming things like that.
Yeah, sure. But that's gonna have a consequence on the run, because now every time that they wanna warp away, as you'll see right now, they wanna zoom all the way down because the text that says, "Hey, you should raise the mirror," it is still up. It'll be up for the whole run. So they
Yep.
have to zoom all the way down.
Nice roll by Anna. Also, yeah, so this is the reason we needed 300 rupees. It's to repair the cannon. So, because fire charges us a full wallet worth of money to repair it. It's a bit rude.
I mean, it is a big cannon. Seems like some pretty heavy repairs.
True. Alright, so I wonder
Yeah.
which method Anno is going to use to skip the cutscene here.
He'll go for the jump attack.
I'd imagine so, but
He
Let's
usually,
not-
he usually goes for that.
let's not spoil the crowd.
I mean, both of the methods use a jump slash or a jump attack, so technically I didn't spoil anything.
Oh, Wolf is going to go get bombs now. Right, he grabbed Uko. He's about to go steal.
See that little dark core there on the ledge from Anno, it's skipped a huge cutscene. It saves like 40 seconds or so. I don't remember the exact timings, but it saves a lot of time.
Right, so TGD is about to start City in the Sky. I'm just gonna bring this bridge over. Let's see. So Wolf and Water is about to steal a bomb bag from Isa by using the Lake Bed Uko. She'll give you a temporary bomb bag, which you can use to help her blow those rocks in the background up. But instead, we're just gonna steal them. And again, the developers didn't consider that you could just leave with Uko. Right, so City in the Sky is a long jump attack playground for GameCube. So we're just gonna see a bunch of boomerang throws and jump attacks to cross all the gaps and skip the puzzles.
Watch this next room very carefully. It is sick.
I was doing
there.
These
LJ there.
Nice, very cool.
Okay, he's not going really sick. LJ, yeah.
Nice. So there's like there's just infinite ways to do that room in particular, because essentially everything, like doing LJAs there or rolling around and doing precise jump attacks without LJAs, they're all like basically equal to each other. So it just comes down to runner preference, and everybody does something different in that room. It's always cool to see what everybody's doing. Nice. CG also going for the direct spinner, just like Anno.
Is that faster? I always go for this side up personally.
So if you spin her out of the window with, like, if you don't wait on the spinner and you just go right away, it saves a small amount of time.
Okay. I'm running things.
It's weirdly precise, but with a bit of practice, it's a little bit faster. Alright, so
yeah, I was coming up on a trick where in this room you have to go. You have to solve a little bit of a puzzle where you have to go all the way. Like you have to go across the room to activate the switch. But he's not gonna do that, of course. He's just gonna grab the sledge and do that.
Yep.
This is known as Uku jump. It's really sick. And I wonder if he's gonna go for this sick jump slash.
If he has enough health, he has enough health.
Nice.
Ooh,
oh,
that's not quite the angle you want there.
Yeah. Still going for it.
That's looking better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. And that's actually so good because now he has low health.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was maybe he intentionally voided out. Let's call it that. He intentionally voided to drop down to low enough health. Makes sense to me. Now, I think that makes the most sense.
So right now he will be attempting a trick known as Earthfall Skip, where you have this fight against the mini-boss Earthfalls. It is slow. It is extremely slow, and there is a 1 pixel window where you can basically skip. Wait, let's see. Yeah,
nice.
Just like this. This is a single pixel window.
But now there's a problem because we can't save and quit. So this is why Anno decided to take extra damage, because he needs to die, and hopefully the El Ralphos will attack him so he can death warp out of this room.
Really nice.
Nice.
That was basically perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. So yeah, intentionally dying after getting the double claw shots because there's no way to leave the room otherwise. And now we do need to backtrack. And this backtrack is actually a very cool part of the dungeon, in my opinion, as well.
Oh, Wolf. No!
Getting hit by the keys with Zor armor on. Yep.
Yeah, that is the 10 times damage. And that is... he lost the bomb bag.
Oh, yeah. Has to steal it again.
He has to steal it again, yeah.
But maybe he'll go for the portal first, right? Like, he would grab the portal first and then go get the bomb bug again.
Yeah, maybe. That would be the smart move to do, yeah.
Yeah, Anorak's doing the backtracking through Setting the Sky now. This room is pretty
Let's go, TGD!
Nice. Very
Sorry.
good. Tailworm LG. And then there's a small skip in this next stream for Anarakas, where normally you have to kill every Baba casually, but you don't have to. You can also skip the middle one, go straight to the final grate. So let's see if he gets it. Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Just like that. Very nice.
That's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's not super precise, but it is. It's always nice when it works out nicely and quickly like that.
I hope that Wolf is listening to us because he's keeping the portable.
He might just be doing. He might just be doing the whole Snow Peak Ruins thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs to. Maybe he's just. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I hope he realizes in time that he lost the bomb bag.
Wolf, if you're hearing us, when you died, you lost the bomb bag. Oh, and I know is going for the second new clip that was found like a week ago, a week or 2 weeks. I don't remember, like a week ago.
This saves a few seconds for. Come on.
Yeah,
he's not quite in the right spot. It seems.
Yeah.
So you can clip through the ceiling here essentially with the claw shot. And it saves a little bit of time if you get it first try.
It
think
saves
even
like
second
10
try
seconds.
Yeah, I think even second try is time save. But he's not getting quite the right pixels right now, it seems. But he's not giving up.
It is a fairly precise rig. Once you get it down, it's not that bad. But it is pretty precise. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
That is good. As you can see, the claw shot's reticle is going through the floor. Now he just has to find the pixel.
He just needs to find it.
In some situations, it is not pixel perfect, but in this situation, it seems to be pixel perfect.
Looks like he only gets 1 pixel.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
There it is.
Oh,
that's such a.
And looks like TGD is gonna fight Ralphos.
Yeah, he's too high health to do a death warp, so.
Yeah, makes sense. That was a nice first phase.
Wow, so somehow this pixel just doesn't want to be found on Anarakas' screen.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Alright, so Wolfenwater is gonna grab the bomb bug again.
Yeah, and he's just gonna go outside. This trick is really precise, so that's completely fair. You're in cat clip this morning? Okay, yeah. Makes sense. I know TGD learned it when it was discovered, so he'll probably go for it.
Yeah, I think Wolfenwater also learned the Wii version, because the Wii version is actually a little bit easier, funnily enough. Alright, so double claw shots for TGD.
Unfortunately, it's not quite getting the optimal strat for that right now, but that's fine.
Also, TGD is doing. Yeah, so you don't quite have to do it this way, but this works too. Alright, so we'll see Anno climbing on top of these fans, and then as he claw shots near the edge of them, the game thinks that you're actually just on top of them, so it just lets you grab the ledge instead of... Oh, but he's getting trolled by a bird. Alright, hopefully... Nope, there's a...
Oh, the bird.
Okay, the birds are trolling Anno.
This bird is the worst thing ever.
He got a stored target, you see that? Anno got the...
Yeah, it
stored
did.
rank target.
Interesting. And yeah, just double LJ and that's it.
That trick is like it looks way cooler than than what it feels like to actually do it, because it feels so simple, but it looks so cool. All right. Okay, Okay, the game just refused to target the pillar for TGD there. That was weird. Alright, so Anorak is getting to the end of City in the Sky now. He just needs to make it through this tower. There's a particular cycle that he is trying to make.
And Wolf actually got them in the skip, entering Snow Peak. That's really sick.
Nice. Alright, so Ano, unfortunately, hitting target, which targeted down below, because the Aralphas that are flying around here have really large targeting radii. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, the camera was dislodged so much that Ano couldn't quite get the cycle anymore. But he made it to the top of the tower reasonably quickly anyway. Alright, and he's on his way to the boss fight. Meanwhile, we see Wolfenwinter talking to Yedo for some soup, but he's not gonna be taking or making any soup here. He's gonna be using some bomb boosts. Just on this puzzle.
Don't you want some nice soup?
I mean, I would, but all these runners seem to be in a hurry right now. So I guess maybe next time. Alright, let's see. TGD is probably gonna go for it as well.
Yeah.
Alright. He's doing the same setup as Ano.
This is Galber's setup. No, this is not Galber's setup. This is Jim's setup. And the getting is really fast.
Boom!
That was the
Like
case.
no! TGD! Not like this!
Oh my god. So yeah,
Not
that
like
can happen.
this. That was so fast, and then he just jump attack bonked down in the end. We're living in the saddest timeline right now.
Also, Wolf going for some nice bomb boosts.
Yeah, this Moon Boots bomb boost is pretty sweet. Nice, very good. That bomb boost is not trivial at all because you have to do a frame perfect jump attack and unequip your iron boots.
Yeah,
And clip as well.
that is what I would consider the last major glitch. One of the last major glitch that was discovered in this game. Min boots.
I think, yeah, I think that's right. Like in terms of how much you can skip with moon boots, it's actually kind of crazy.
Like, yeah, if you look at the randomizer perspective, Moon Boots is the most powerful trick ever. It is so insanely powerful. Nice, okay.
There you go.
That was a bit of a... That was a bit tricky for TGD, but we finally got it.
It's unfortunate because the first try he did was super smooth, and then the rest of them were honestly just... It's a precise trick, so it can just be fidgety like that.
Also nice being into the pot while grappling the boss key.
Meanwhile, Ano, I think, is near the end of the boss fight. We've kind of glossed over it, but Argrok is...
It is a very long boss.
It's essentially a glorified auto-scroller.
Yeah. There are ways to split it up. Like, I would guess... I would suppose it's his third cycle right now.
Yeah, this should be the final cycle. Or he didn't unequip iron boots, so I guess not.
That's the second. Okay, that's the second.
Yeah. So you see that Argork starts breathing fire, and then just randomly, or seemingly randomly, stops. That's because of how Anorak is moved on the claw shot chain while he was breathing fire. If you lower down on the claw shot chain when Argork starts breathing fire, the game will think that you fell down, and so Argork will just stop breathing fire, and then you can just claw shot back up and go stab him. It's a very, very useful and essentially coincidental mechanic. And we'll use it again here. It's gonna lower down with boots. So
And
the game will
here's
think that he fell.
Here's the moon boots that Wolf in Weather couldn't do earlier.
Yep. So he just went to Snow Peak Ruins to... Essentially, he just rerouted on the fly, right? That's what he did,
Yeah.
he just
Yeah,
rerouted
did.
everything. That's really impressive, actually.
Yeah, and that was just a bit unfortunate because of the death. But yeah, that was... This is a really interesting run that Wolf in Weather is pulling off right now.
In general, I've been super impressed with Wolf in Winter. He's been doing a bunch
Yeah.
of really, really precise tricks.
And the pod jump was just... Yeah, that was insane. And the pod jump, not the pod thing. That was insane.
Yeah, it's hard to explain just how insane that trick actually is. To pull it off in a race is crazy.
Yeah. And this trick, if you remember about it, it is as hard as it looks. Like, it looks super precise, it is super precise.
Oh,
nice!
and the bullet chain, let's go!
Let's go!
You remember, it's actually, that's very smart to abuse the fact that you have bullet chain now. Just 2 shots, Deku Toad. Alright, so Anno heading to Palace of Twilight, and TGG just about to head into the second phase of the fight.
There is about a 5-minute difference between TGG and Anna right now. 5 minutes if I'm not mistaken.
There is a long cutscene, then as we said, the fight is essentially a glorified auto-scroller, so it just takes a while. Nothing to really do about it. But meanwhile, we can follow Anno in Palace, and we can follow Wolf in Water in Lakebed. Because they're going to do a different... Wait, they're going to do a different skip for the boss key, which is also Wii exclusive, and it's really cool. So let's see how they're going to approach that. Also, if you're just joining, we had 4 runners, but Mofat unfortunately got a cargo crash during Lunar Twilight, and she couldn't continue.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
Alright, so here goes Wolf in Water. He's going to do a different boss key skip. Just like that, clip out of bounds, and then swim underneath the map. It's such a cool trick. I swear, I need to learn so much Wii stuff, because all of it is just awesome. Nice.
So,
very nice. He already did it, Geo.
Yeah, he already did it, and he actually got it. That was just so sick. He actually got it.
Yeah, he did it with 3 pots. It's crazy. Yeah, Wolf in Water is insane. Again, I'm super impressed with him. Should definitely keep an eye on him, because he's gonna go far.
Yeah. And I'm really glad he decided to come race today. It's always really nice to have some GameCube and Wii point of view during a race. Doesn't matter, you got one of the hardest tricks.
I mean,
one of the hardest tricks
yeah, I was gonna... But also, like, I think that's the only thing that went wrong for you, really. Like, everything has been quite good. I don't know.
A couple of things went wrong.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, in general, I think it's...
Yeah. Yeah, it is some pretty solid gameplay, for sure.
I don't know. I think it's been good. Let's see if they get the fast Morphle fight. Good RNG. That's a good start, at least. Alright, they're not going for the regrab, but maybe they'll... Oh, is Morphle gonna... Okay, good. Sometimes she'll just turn really far away. Right, So right now, Wolfenweather is not wearing iron boots, so you'll see that she's actually going to do a bit of a cutscene to shake Link away. And that's what you're trying to avoid with iron boots. Okay. So we have cutscenes for both bosses playing now, so we can watch Anno fighting Phantom Zant. He's going to do a stab into 2 spin attacks. And then he's going to do that 2 more times.
Nice, good RNG.
Yeah.
And for last cycle, he's gonna do 3 spin attacks. And just like this, he is dead.
So, if you do a full combo, Phantom Zant will start teleporting around the room for an extended period of time. But if you never finish a combo, the game will never start teleporting Zant around, and you can abuse it to make the fight a lot faster. So TGD is grabbing this heart container to refill his health, because right after leaving city, you lose 2 hearts. And you want to be reasonably healthy for Palace of Twilight. So
Yeah, it is a difficult dungeon. You can take a lot of damage really easily, so
yeah,
you really
especially
want to
if
have some health.
because if you make like a small mistake somewhere, it can quickly spiral out of control, because there is a lot of enemies in Palace of Twilight. So if you kind of lose the flow of things, you can start taking a lot of damage really quickly. Alright, so Wolfenwater is going to do MDH now, and TGD is about to enter Palace of Twilight. So Anorak is looking in good shape.
I mean, he is 18 minutes ahead of, well, we're gonna say his PB. So this must be a really good run, right?
I think it's been solid.
Yeah, no, it's actually been pretty solid.
Not doing the diagonal jump is not the way to go in my eyes, though. So that's a bit unfortunate there, aren't I? You can save a little bit of time if you do a diagonal jump after leaving the West Wing. It's
Interesting.
fairly
Okay.
inconsequential. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you save a couple frames maybe. Alright, Wolfenwater doing some dash cancels.
Oh, and TGD getting the double hits on the Sun head. Nice.
Ah, on the first one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I know he's getting some help because, again, Palace of Twilight is a really scary dungeon.
Yeah. There's just so many enemies everywhere. It's kind of hard to avoid everything.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't
And-
get the stab though. That's unfortunate misinput. He, no doubt, didn't mean to stab. It just sometimes happens when you try to input a spin attack. The game will read it as a stab and mess up your combos.
Yeah, spin attacks can be a bit tricky to do sometimes.
So the nice thing about Palace is that it's mostly glitchless, essentially. There are some like small tricks here and there, but mostly you're just playing the game the way the developers wanted you to. You're just doing it very quickly. And it's
We're also
really-
gonna get some nice LJs though in the
yeah.
third and final part of the dungeon. And I really hope they go for the super jump. I really hope.
Are you
someone
hearing
goes
this,
for the super
Arno?
jump.
Arno, come
Are
on.
you hearing this, TGD? I really hope Just even if they fight just for this one point, I really hope.
So for the viewers, there is a super jump in the final part of this dungeon where you can skip. Nice class up set up by Ano. Very good. That's faster than the LJ. Really nice. So there's a super jump in the final part of this dungeon that saves a few seconds at best. And it's really, really difficult. You're not going for it. Unfortunately.
Neither.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 3 people in the entire community who've learned that trick.
Yeah. Including Build the Beast.
Yeah, I think Beast had it in one of his ILPBs at one point.
Yeah, it did. I know Zach Lynch knows it too.
Yeah,
well,
I think it was.
Knows it.
I think it was Zach who came up with the first like setup for it, and then
yeah, you're right,
Beast improved it. I think it was. Yeah, there's a lot of tricks like that where technically they save time, but nobody goes for them because they're like the risk is too high compared to what it saves.
Yeah, they're just really difficult too.
Nice force on equip on Iron Boots there by TGD. I actually like that.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty sick.
Wolf and Weather being pretty careful with those ropes. They can be a bit funny sometimes, and just somehow Wolfling will jump right past them even though you could have sworn you were walking on them. So, good. Oh, nice. I like that. Wow, that still worked, damn. Wolf and Weather going for all the tricks, I mean, it's really impressive.
I mean, he's really far behind the Ano and GG, so might as well show off.
Yeah, it's true. And the Southern Shield skip really trolled him, so...
Yeah, that is really unfortunate.
But, I don't know, it's been a lot of fun watching him perform all these Wii-specific tricks.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice bridge troll. But he still made it. Damn.
Okay, and it's a little bit faster to just drop the ball here and just roll to the platform, obviously, because you walk a lot faster. You roll a lot faster than you not getting the void out.
Not getting the void. Unlucky.
Imagine. Yeah.
Alright. I don't know, this was
Yeah, that was a pretty solid light sword segment.
Yeah, not too bad. I would say that was alright. Couple small things, but yeah, that was good. Alright, so Ano is onto the last part of this dungeon. Which is about 7 minutes of puzzles and then the big boss fight.
Yeah. And by puzzles we mean LJ everywhere.
Yep, skip all the puzzles. Well, not all of them, actually.
Most of them, yeah.
So, you see, the weapon upgrade we just got, the light sword, actually enables you to turn on some platforms that will start floating in certain directions. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. So there's these orbs, and you can activate them with the upgraded Master Sword. So that's the main puzzle mechanic for the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah. And now also the light sword allows you to one-shot every single Twilight enemies, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's actually like really busted if you think about it. Like you can actually one-shot any Twilight enemy with any attack.
Yeah.
Like if you do normally, for example, a running slash is super weak and does barely any damage, but it will still one-shot any Twilight enemy with the light sword.
But it's
wait
not
for-
like that there's a damage
Interesting.
increase or something. It is just that it's hard-coded to one-shot every single enemy. That's in the Twilight.
Nice, good roll by TGD. Managing to get out of the staircase.
Yeah, if you delay this roll a little bit, you can land on the... You can get on the thing before it forms.
I know doing regular slashes, but some of the birds are avoiding him.
Yeah. Just showing off the
Nice.
power of the light sword.
You're just thwap. You're swatting flies. Nice safety heart there, I like it.
Yeah, again, it is a good thing that they're going for safety measures because, goddamn, this spot is scary. And when you're trying to go fast, you can take a lot of damage. Doing these parts damageless is really difficult.
So you see that the orbs down there below TGD, they activated when he brought this orb, when they brought the soul close to them. And it's those same orbs that will activate when you use the light sword on them. Nice. Good spin. Got everybody.
That was good.
So Anna just has 2 more rooms, and then it's onto the boss of the dungeon. Wolf in Water is about to do Boblin Camp. I imagine he'll be going for the the backflip map glitch thing. Nope, he's gonna do the regular method, obtaining the small key.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it. It's like not that much slower than doing map glitch, and it's much safer.
You guys remember, so the GameCube version was able to one-cycle KB2, but that is with spamming spin attacks, which the Wii version cannot do. So is there actually one cycle for KB2 on the Wii version? I don't know.
I actually have no knowledge of King Boblin for Wii, unfortunately. I've never actually seen it. Other than the IL in Hyrule Castle, I've not seen how this works. Yeah, so Anarchus is about 2 rooms ahead of TGD right now. It's just that those 2 rooms are quite big. So this final room for Anno is a gauntlet of messenger fights, but because we have the light sword, they get one shot. I'm not really sure what the developers were thinking this fight.
And we want to make sure that we, like, ultimately we want to make sure that we hit all the shadow beasts at the exact same frame, because every time you kill an enemy, the game will produce some hit stun effects for dramatic purposes, but it's basically just lag, so it slows down the game. So you want to get only one of those hit stun effects, which, like, I don't actually know how long it lasts, maybe like 2-3 frames, but you want to get you only want to get one.
Yeah, that's the goal. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange like gauntlet to put at the end when you have a weapon that one shots every enemy, and then you put a ton of enemies. I don't know.
Yeah. We won't question Nintendo's decisions.
Yeah, I should just call them and they're like, hey, would you maybe change this? Anyway, it's time for Zant. This boss fight has a lot of phases. And actually, we've seen the Diababa room in this stream because Wolf in Water did Diababa. So that was Diababa. And then we're
The next phase,
over.
though, I do not know where this is. I have no clue where this is.
What, Dungaro?
I mean,
this is in Goron Mines League.
We haven't seen it in this run, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Nice. Oh, nice. Let's go.
Nice one cycle. Very good.
But yeah, we haven't seen it in this run, so
yep.
Who's Dengaro? I have no idea. What even is Gold Mines? Also nice fish dance.
Yep. The fish suit dance. Yeah, so there we saw TGD doing a spin attack and getting a bunch of lag frames. Pretty.
So Wolf going for the pull one skip?
Oh yeah, pull one skip on Wii is its own thing as well. Let's see. Oh, he's not happy with that. The Moldworms are kind of trolling him right now.
And yeah,
right,
when you have no control of the camera, it is pretty difficult to do.
Nice. Oh, that was very close.
Also, yeah, a side note about the one cycle that's Anarchist got in the first phase, first in the Lego phase. It has 2 frames window, so it is really sick seeing it.
Wolf and Water drowning. Yeah, the pull one skip from Wolf is quite precise. I wonder if zooming in before transforming would help because the camera wouldn't turn. Nice, he got it. So now he has to do a little bit of extra. Whoa, that was okay. So yeah, because we don't have LJs, we need to go around this room and solve this block puzzle, I think, right? Yep. So we're solving this puzzle so that we can lift the chandelier. And with that, he can continue on as well. He's not doing the chain cancels. I think he wants to do the semi-skip. Yeah, nice. Oh, he might void on this.
Okay. Oh, that was sick. Yeah. Also, that was a really nice last phase from Anno. This phase can go terribly wrong. So if you mess up, which didn't happen there, really nice to see.
And it looks like it was a good Zon fight in general.
Yeah, 20 seconds gold.
It's like a 4-minute 15 Zon fight with a split on yes. That's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
and TGD just now starting Zon. So there's, I think the Zon fight takes about 5 minutes. So we know roughly that's the gap right now.
From entering.
It's like 4
Yeah.
minutes something. Sorry, yeah, I'm.
Yeah, it's like if you're a bit slow with it, it's about 4.5 minutes.
All right, Wolfenwater fighting Poe 4. This is the jump attack Poe. He doesn't get the jump attack, so now he's gonna have to deal with RNG. I had to quickly, like, in my head, flip the game around. I was like, wait, hang on, which Poe is this?
Yeah, it's always weird when you're used to the GameCube version and seeing the Wii version. So
It's
I know it's
interesting
going
because
for I know it's going for the very last manual script of the run. I'm getting it. No
Nice.
hate this run.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that because I've played both versions of the game, and I like switch between them. It's a bit disorienting sometimes because like, wait, which version am I playing? Which way am I going?
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing.
Okay, the run is valid.
Bonk, nice, very good. So now we have a long cutscene on Anno's side of things, so we can see how TGD deals with this water phase. Starts swimming a little bit late. Might not be able to skip the shadow orbs now. I might still be able to. No, not quite. Okay. He swung the lantern at the 3 dead. Okay.
That's nice avoid. Nice. I mean that's a strategy, right?
Swag strat. Just torch the linen on 3 dead. Yeah, that seems about right to me.
Yeah.
Alright, so Blizzetta phase can only be defeated with the ball and chain. Which is the sole reason we actually go to Snow Big Ruins to begin with.
Yeah. If you find a way to damage Zens without ball and chain, please call us. We'll thank you a lot. Nice cats.
Yep.
What happened, TGD? We don't know yet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he got the instant respawn. That's actually the fastest possible thing you can do. But you need to actively go for it and realize that it's happening, which is really difficult. So TGD bounced Zant into the barrier on the side, and that makes him instantly despawn. You can actually use that to start comboing right away. But if you're not expecting it, it just means that you're gonna have to do another spin attack. Oh no, Zant died. Yeah, it's true. Alright, so final dungeon for Anuragas.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight TGD one more time.
Yeah. So this is KV4. KV4, but this is the second time we're seeing the run. We skipped the 3, or we skipped the 2 other times because, yeah. And there is a 1 cycle for this guy, but it is extremely precise, so...
Yeah, it's not quite frame perfect, but it's pretty close. You have to do a specific chain of inputs, and it's very precise.
And also, KB4 deals, I think it's 4 hearts in a single hit, which is like 4 times more powerful than Ganondorf, or like 8 times. I don't remember if it deals half a heart or a full heart.
I think it's 3 hearts when he hits you, and I think it's the most damage anyone does. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice backflip, Arno.
This backflip
So,
is optimal in any percent. It's a frame perfect backflip that allows you to save warp, but obviously, well, save warping is not an option there.
Yep. In case anybody just joined, the reason save warping is not an option is because we're doing no save and quit. Right, so quick couple claw shots here. You can actually skip this particular chandelier I was on right now, but it doesn't really save time.
I mean, technically it does save time, but it's extremely precise, so the time you take for setting it up, well, basically makes it not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I said, right?
Well, you said it doesn't save time.
Yeah,
it does
really
save time.
Yeah, technically saves time, I guess.
It does save time.
It's got like the asterisk, like technically saves time.
Yeah.
And they have like a huge disclaimer. Right, let's see if we get the... It's funny, everybody has a different positional setup and angle for this like boomerang setup Anorak is doing right now.
And I personally do not understand how that thing works and never go for it because I don't understand how to do it, so...
Yeah, you can stand like basically anywhere, just have a different visual cue. It's just everybody has to figure it out for themselves because everybody does something else.
Yeah, it is just a common theme with this game where everybody does something else.
Yeah, it's actually like one of the reasons why the speedruns are so interesting, because there's a lot of viable strategies and there's many of them are just essentially equal, and it comes down to preference. So there's a lot of variety, and you can essentially stylize your speedrun to the way you want to run. Alright, Wolf is coming up on Death Sword right now. Let's see if they're gonna do stabs or ball and chain or whatnot. Because there's several different ways to fight this guy as well. Nice, a rifles fight by Ano. Very good.
And the longest cutscene, the longest cutscene in the entire game is coming up in like 30 seconds on the other side.
Whoa, fortunate full combo for Wolf there. He didn't mean to do a complete combo because it sends Death Sword back in the air. But sometimes the motion controls don't quite listen to what you're saying. There you go. Oh, TGD was trying the 1 cycle, didn't quite get it though.
So, Ano is doing something pretty important right now. It's being saved by the friends he never saw.
It's true.
All Gen PCs, from all Gen PCs that are down there saving him, we saw like 1 or 2 in the entire run.
We saw Telma, because we actually had to get the Zoro armor.
That is true. So we saw Telma and Or so yeah, 2.
Alright, let's see if TGG gets the backflip. Nope. That is unfortunate.
That is a reset.
Basically run over, I think, yeah. So, TGG actually needs to be a little bit careful on this backtrack, because if you get a bit too far off track there next to the barrier, you can just get bumped into the barrier, and then you actually have to fight all the enemies.
And that is really slow.
Yeah, it has happened to plenty of runners.
Also, it looks like a really solid base from both Anno and TGD.
Ah, damn. Unfortunate for Wolf there. Didn't quite
Yeah.
get the angle.
So, final tower climb for Anno. It can be really technical, it can do a lot of really cool tricks. I don't know if Anno is gonna go for the clip.
Oh yeah, the spinner clip.
Yeah,
I wonder. It doesn't save that much time, but it's pretty neat.
it
We'll
looks really sick. Also, nice cycle. Oh, no.
Looks like he's gonna try. Oh, he got. That's.
Let's see. Nice.
But he got it.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that saves like a few seconds. And then the final Dark Knight, you can just do this.
Yeah,
It's almost like the developers. It's almost like they wanted you to skip it this way.
My theory is that they just placed the torch and they forgot that you could just stop shot it. Ah, thanks, I know. That was really sick.
Maybe they, because there's other torches in the same dungeon here that you can't claw shot, so maybe they just put the wrong torches at the end.
I don't know. Yeah. Either way, we'll take it. We'll take it for sure.
It's free time save.
Yeah. Knowing Nintendo, I doubt that this was intentional, but
Wolf is gonna have to deal with these cycles now as well. Okay, nice. Good.
So I know it's coming up to the Zelda fight, which is basically an orange fest. You want the fastest, the lowest possible amount of cycle is 7. Unfortunately, I know that bad RNG said the minimum right now is 8. But basically you want a light ball on the 1st, the 3rd and the 7th cycle, and all the others you want some charge attacks. Not this one. So,
I had a
yeah.
lovely Zelda earlier today. It was a, I think it was 11 and nothing but Triforces. It was great.
Ah, this game is fun.
Alright, there we go. TGD coming up on the Ruffles mini boss. Gets the ball and chain, nice.
Looks good? Oh no,
unlucky.
unfortunate.
Yeah, the back hop is, I think it's RNG?
I don't know.
It feels like it's RNG, but I don't actually know, so I'm not gonna claim anything. Wolf and Water heading up to Stallard now. Which hopefully we get to see the one cycle. I imagine, given what we've seen so far, that he's at least practiced it a little bit, but it is a really difficult one cycle, so we'll see what happens.
And I know, done with the Zelda fight, that was an 8 cycle. Well, I think
Not
it
too
was
bad
8
then.
cycles. So
Yeah, not too bad.
That was still pretty good.
Gold,
And,
apparently, so apparently it's been better than before. Alright.
and now, so that's 3 phases left to this fight.
Ooh,
That's unfortunate.
That's gonna add just some RNG to this boss fight for Honorakus. You don't actually want to do a full combo that early on Ganon.
So, Wolf having some troubles on Star-Lord. Star-Lord can be a really annoying fight, unfortunately.
Oh, I can see that it's not a Zelda split down, Marcus, don't worry. But it was still gold.
No, wolf. Okay, nice.
We'll see how the rest of the fights go, I suppose. Okay, I was a bit distracted, sorry. So yeah, this is where the RNG comes in now, because of the small mistake Anno made at the beginning of the boss fight. He needs to guess which portal it is. But
That is still really
that wasn't
fine, though.
that was good RNG, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
So 2 more boss fights remaining for Anno, and TGD is just coming up on the last few rooms. Whoa, that one Dinophos came very quickly. That
Yeah,
was weird.
never really seen that before.
Yeah, I haven't seen them like walk that far forward as usually. Right, so Horseback is a pattern-based boss fight. You have a couple patterns that the boss can choose from, and if you memorize the patterns, you'll be fine. And I'm getting a bit unlucky there.
Should still be fine.
So it takes 3 hits, so we'll see what... Okay, that's looking good. Also,
No,
Wolf in Water
unfortunately.
not quite getting the one cycle.
The one cycle. That's unfortunate.
I think Wolf is trying to get to the point where he can do the spinner backup without brake sliding. Or
No, he is doing the brake slide back up, but missing it. Brake sliding is very precise. So yeah, I know
That
it's
might have-
coming up
ooh.
to the very last phase. Please let the text on screen. No!
he decided to mash the text. Wunchi's... Sorry. Alright, let's see. Oh. Alright, and Wolf in Water is gonna do the same thing as Anno, I think it was, right? The or no, wait. I think TGD was the one who also missed the one cycle, unfortunately. You're just gonna ride the rails all the way up.
And GG.
Nice.
3:23. That is a pretty sick time. That is a pretty solid time. Congrats.
Yeah, that's not a bad race time at all. Alright, let's see Wolf finish off Stallard here. Wow, they were really close. They just needed 3 more hits, huh? Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you wanna join us in the voice chats.
Meanwhile, TGD is building a hot fort.
The best chats.
Yeah, GG to Anno, winning the race. Or
Yeah, the
TGD
Zelda's
broke
really unfortunate.
but he broke the pots, that's why. She's not happy you're breaking all her furniture.
Also, Star, if you could move Anarchist in. Nice, thank you. Hello, hello. GG's.
Oh, I have push to talk on. Hello, hello.
Welcome in.
GG's on
That was
the run.
pretty
Oh,
entertaining.
So bad, but you know, I sad to see the Mofet had to crash and
Yeah.
drop out. She is certainly a good runner. Probably would have won the whole thing. So
Yeah, she was doing everything first try, it was crazy.
yeah, huge shout outs to TGD, Mofet, and Wolf for joining. This is not a popular category, so I was really hoping we could get at least 4 runners.
I mean, it's a really cool category. It's just a bit underplayed right now.
Yeah, this category, when I started running back in 2013, this was the main category. People didn't run any percent back then. So it's nice to see that it's getting a bit more love today than it has been for quite a while. But...
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the
such a
new
good
Japanese thing might give some people more interest to try it out.
We still don't even know how much faster that is.
I'm gonna say that it's
need to
like
do
5 to
some
10 seconds.
proper timing.
That's my bet. I bet it's like 5 to 10 seconds.
5 to 10 seconds if you can get Wolfo Super Jump.
If you get Wolfo Super Jump first try.
Good luck.
Someday someone will do it, I'm sure.
I'll say there were some good things about my run, but it was rough. Like, my sewers was nearly perfect.
I thought your first half of AG was pretty nice as well.
Oh yeah, I golded the first half of AG as well. Hyrule Castle was also pretty good, so that's nothing to complain about.
I mean, you had
I think
a
there was
lot
only-
of goals throughout the run, so that was that was not bad.
I think your Saab went down by like a minute, so I wouldn't say that's a bad run at
it
all.
was definitely a 308 at the start of the run. I don't know how much it went down by exactly, but nearly perfect Zant fight as well. That was really good to see. Also, a really close race. Like,
Yeah.
traded the lead a few times. So
Yeah, that was really fun to watch. Oh, and Wolf having some shambles with the
Yeah.
in
This
the
trick
sky clip.
is a little annoying on the Wii version because of the visual cues being slightly different.
Also, Flex, can you just check out the channel for the commentary? Okay, nice. It took a while, but he got it.
I'm gonna join the
Alright.
commentary view so I can commentate live too.
Do
Looks
you
like
have the link
TGD
to
actually
it?
remembering to leave the text on screen.
Yeah. Du kämpfst sehr gut.
Aber
Aber
genug
genug
Palavers.
Palaver. Genug palavert.
Ich habe nur einen Wunsch. Einen Wunsch. My German lesson is coming in clutch.
Legendary. I love the cinematic aspect of that, where it's just like paused with the ball and chain in Ganondorf's face. Great.
Also, yes, you do have a Nick Blow, TGD.
It's actually really easy to forget in this category. We
Yeah.
don't get it on the Force Warp every time, but this is the only category where we do that. So
Nice.
If you can
Optimal
remember how to
ending by
name the blow.
TGG.
glad we all remembered.
GG's.
Lantern plus boots. Optimal.
Also,
GG.
also nice half an hour PB.
GG's TGD.
Good show. Yeah, this category is awesome. I really hope this was an interesting watch for all the people in the stream. Also, Wolf and Water has been like amazing, honestly.
He's been showing off, yeah.
I have been enjoying every moment of him playing the Wii version. It's so cool.
Hello, TGD.
That run was something else, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was-
close in the first half, and then I can't say I'm very experienced in the because the first half is very similar to any percent, and so was the second half. But I just crapped the bed in the second half of the run. But
Yeah,
At
I mean,
least
I
you
thought
only
it was
failed.
fine.
You only failed Sword and Shield Skip once, right?
I failed it 3 times, or got third try, something like that.
Oh wow. So it was rough for all 3 of the runners on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moffat was breezing through early game, and then unfortunately, the cargo rock thing.
I mean, I had like a decent palace. Like my palace was fine. I golded light sword, which is alright, but besides that, nothing really stood out as like good.
I tried to give you a chance to catch up with Kai Clip, but it looked like that was pretty rough for you too.
Yeah, I don't know what my issue was with it. Like, the first one, I got it first try, but then I failed the jump slash, but after that, I don't know what my issue was.
So,
Yeah,
Kevin,
I found it to be inconsistent, just because of the where you end up with the setup, slightly different positions. It's weird.
I mean, this trick is pretty new, so we might need some time
I-
to figure it out exactly.
Oh wait, what? You can actually make that?
That's really interesting. I did not know that.
Sorry, what? Why have I been using Uko? What the fuck?
It's
Alright. Oh,
weirder
guys,
on
guys.
GameCube.
No, but
It's
we might be
significantly
seeing
weirder.
Kai Clip pretty soon as well. After double claw shots, we're gonna see the Wii version of it, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I didn't know you could reach the claw shot all the way across like that. That's all right.
Yeah,
I guess I should
it's-
go time that.
It's possible on GameCube, but it's much harder because of third-person aiming.
Also, huge shout out to Wolf for getting the bot push.
Yeah, I mean
That was just
freaking the pot pushing was.
it was just so clean.
Also, he did it with only 3 pots, which is crazy.
I was
Yes.
like, Bogo pushing was giving me some troubles today. But I'm glad I just didn't die to it, because that's a 4-minute time loss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately that's what happened to Wolf a couple times. And Boko pushing is so difficult on Wii.
Yeah, kudos
Yeah,
to him
I'm-
running on Wii.
I'm impressed with Wolf for even going for it.
Honestly,
Do it.
when like just before the race started, we saw him practicing it a little bit, and he was making it look easy.
Yeah.
I think it just race nerves got to him.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw what he did, but he's basically I would assume this helps, but he's basically just constantly spamming targets, which seemed to help a lot. So yeah.
Oh no, no, no! The sadness. Wolf just got hit by the cargo rock into the cutscene. It happens, I guess.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
I wonder if he's gonna do the key cell J in.
There's no audio apparently on the stream.
There is sound on the restream, at least on my end, so might just be the.
I probably just need to refresh or something.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this was a really interesting race to watch. Like it's, as you said, it's a pretty underplayed category, so it's cool to see people coming out and trying it.
Oh, my summer worst, I almost got it to 4 hours. God dang it.
How many
359.50.
new worsts did you get?
a lot.
I
Like-
think I only got 3, but man, they
What's
were
the-
bad.
My sum of worst was like mid 350 when I started, and now it's almost 4 hours.
Whoa, what happened there? What did Wolf just do?
Oh,
So yeah, for this you can just, if those guys decide to behave, you can just suck up. Sure.
oh, side
This
up.
is the glitchless method as well. Oh, he might be in trouble now because of that. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, a lot of the... Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Bonk ass.
A lot of City in the Sky for the Wii version is essentially glitchless, which is actually not easier in any way. It's actually really difficult. So, it's whenever a Wii runner does City in the Sky, it's always impressive.
Yeah, and there are
Oh,
also
nice
a couple
jump
of
attack.
ways you could go for, but they're
Yeah, you
pretty
can
difficult.
capture some keys. Yeah. There's one in this room. Let's see if he
That's like
goes for it.
Oh shit. I just gotta give kudos to Wolf
Nice.
for running Wii.
He is going for the keys. He's trying to get the key. There you go. He is going for it.
Wolf seems to go for a lot of the advanced strats, and I'm all in
Yeah.
for it.
Like I was saying it during the... Oh damn! I was saying it during the race several times. Like I'm super impressed with how he's playing. Like even if he's not super consistent right now, it's like he's making it look easy. Like look at that! What?
Great.
Yeah, and going for pot push and getting it with 3 pots second try, I think it was.
Yeah, second
Very
try.
impressive.
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of this race.
Well, I think I'm going to be off. GG's to TGD and Wolf.
Yeah, I got ahead of myself, but yeah, big GG's.
And
It was a
thanks
fun
for
race.
the
Yeah.
commentary, and thanks for the restream.
Well, thanks for racing.
Yeah,
That
GG's
was a lot of
guys.
fun.
You guys have a good rest of your night.
Thank
Yo.
you.
Alright, see you guys later.
I think I'm also gonna head out for the night. It's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I
here.
think it's getting to 2 in the morning, and I have an Easter lunch with my family tomorrow, so I probably should be heading to bed sometime soonish.
I don't have anything, but I'm just really tired.
Alright, yep, and that's my cue.
Yeah, I guess we can just raid Wolf.
That is in fact the plan. So, thank GG's once again to our runners, to the guy downstairs, Molifet, Anarachus, and Wolf and Water. Thank you to our 2 commentators here, Link and FX. Please do give everyone a follow. Coming up ahead on the schedule, we have a number of things going on. Tomorrow, we have, starting off the day, let's see, at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, we'll have a link to the past randomizer Survivors of Hyrule Tournament semifinals game 1 between GFE and Wall Kicks. I think seems to be a little funky with the thing I'm looking at. Okay, there we go. We've got at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll have the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race. 2:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Game 4 of the other semifinals for the LTDPR Survivors of Hyrule tournament. We've got a Zelda 2 multi-category tournament match, and a Breath of the Wild and a Breath of the Wild and All Dungeons match tomorrow to wrap up the night. We'll be back next week with another Twilight Princess community race. Looks like it'll be an 90%. So hope to see you all then, and thank you for watching. Let's go wish Wolf with the luck with the rest of the run.